Hey, welcome everybody to the PlayStation Tournament's Open Series to Soulcalibur 6. Now, this is the North American side. We just got done with Europe just a little bit ago. We had, well, maybe one of the most interesting endings to a tournament that I have seen in quite some time. I don't know if all of you were here for that, but I definitely remember it. KP, I'm sure you remember it.
Well, yeah, my first time of covering this game in almost 3 years now. I've never seen anybody just straight up like give up, like just quit in the grand final. So I mean, it was 2 rounds away, but still, bro, the please ring me out. I was absolutely not ready for that. But that's behind us. We're on the NA side of things, and the interesting story here is it's kind of what we've been preaching, but not the way we expected it. And before we do that, let's get into a recap of what happened in June, as July took place for EVO and everything like that. So defending champion was Mindwolf getting back on top of the mountain, right? So well, what happens here is he goes up against Sly Tiger, right, who's kind of consistently making runs, a name you get used to seeing in these brackets. Both of these players are also here today. You know, mild spoilers ahead, as Mindwolf and his Keelig play just able to control everything. But we preach that people should join, become the new faces, come and shake up the brackets a little bit. But what we didn't expect was a well-established player in the history of the scene to do so in Xephukai, who made his first appearance through the EVO side tournaments. And then you take a look at what happened in the weeklies. He's a clean 7-0. More on that later. But right now, it is still the Mindwolf show, who, if you saw the EVO running, then you know what happened there as well. So there's just a lot going on, a lot surrounding one man, but the people who are also here trying to secure their first victories in an Open Series final.
Yeah, the bracket this month what for EU was already stacked, right? And then I took a look at the North American one and I said, ooh, that's we're looking similar on this one. I mean,
so here, you know, we spread out a bit of the love here. Kiev is on an absolute tear, winning 3 months in a row, but switching it up. Mindwolf, March, Sly Tiger, April, who's also won 2, right? Sly Tiger and Mindwolf, the only 2 people in this top 8, this final, who have actually won a monthly series final. Big Tay and his, I don't even want to know if I would use the word masterful, but his wild as well play was able to hold it down, but he does not make an appearance here as we take a look at the bracket. Everybody with a clean slate start.
Yeah, so we got Revin versus YoshimitsuVI, Mindwolf versus Enigmaticks, Xephukai versus Sly Tiger, which, by the way, wow, that is a first round.
Yep.
And then Trash versus Crack. Now,
Trash and Crack. Okay, you know, we're going to do the thing, and one of them is going to win, and you'll just have to hold that because such is life. But again, let's take a look at the prize pools, right? Split up 1K pot amongst the top 4. So very, very important match to set it off in the beginning of this, because that puts you in a position to where you only need to win 1 more to guarantee yourself a piece of this prize pool. $400 for first, $300 for second, $200 for third, and $100 for fourth. That's the story. Zeph, right? We tell you every time, compete.playstation.com. But this man is a major winner. You know, Soulcalibur 5, 6, the games he's been around for, the ones he's entered, and just came through and has not dropped a set yet. Not in the weekly, not in the EVO side tournament. There's a changing of the guard, and the question remains, whose domains is this? Whose domain is this, Ebonic? Do we know? Is that answer definitive, or do you need more?
I mean, I think we definitely need more because, you know, we thought for a long time it's Mindwolf. We had the EVO side tournament happen. That changed real quick with Xephukai taking it and Mindwolf not even getting second, right? We had the young mixtapes, if we'll call them that.
Lit mixtapes, the Illuminati gang, you already know, but still top 3, top 4. exceptional performances, and that's not to downplay the rest of the people in the bracket, right? The journey is 8 people, and while I'm laser focusing on what's happening, for those of you who may not have followed everything and you're just catching a bit of this, it's definitely going down tonight. Expect a lot, expect some downloads, expect a bit change of play, but I think we'll get a lot of the same characters from our, let's say, our contestants now. This is home. They've all been here. Mm-hmm. None of them are strangers to the monthly final. It's riding a bike. But like I said, Mindwolf and Sly Tiger are the only 2 people of the 6 who have actually won a monthly final.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I say I need to see more, right? Because we see all these competitors, and we've seen them all on the monthly broadcast at least once at this point. And because of that, we know that they didn't come here just to try and get second place.
No.
Right? Not whatsoever. These 2, everybody, Revin specifically, one of the West Coast's, like, you know, longest running players, has never been trying to get second place. Revin has been showing up specifically to win and has done such a great job of placing higher and higher ever since switching to Huang. I mean, like, look at the win rate is very strong, right? 79, almost 80%. That's one of the highest North American percentages there is.
Yeah, free. It's insane. Been putting in the work for a long time now throughout the franchise, and just the 2021 numbers for the Open Series just equally as impressive. Going up against YoshimitsuVI, a bit of the young blood, all right? You know, Revin's probably been playing Soulcalibur longer than Yoshimitsu's been born, and that is not an exaggeration. So, you know, with that comes a lot of knowledge, a lot of respect demanded, but Yoshimitsu, definitely respect for there, man. Just happy to play, show up wherever they can, putting in the work. 148 matches set in stone throughout the Open Series in 2021, and yeah, I mean, it's in the name, it's on the card. You usually don't get too much in firms outside of like different picks, with the exception of Zeph, who comes prepared for the situation.
That's true.
I think there's going to become a time where players are going to get pushed to add a backup or use them even more as people become more and more comfortable, and the skill level continues to rise each and every month with the Open Series.
Yeah, I think that time is honestly coming up on us, right? So, like, if you think about it, there is over 800 unique players entering the Open Series for just North American Soulcalibur 6, right? That's only one of the games. And not only is it one of the games, but it's only one of the regions, right? That's not counting all the other regions. That's not counting the other games either. So if you want to make it through all 800 plus unique players to be able to get to one of these broadcasts in the first place, you're definitely going to need something in the pocket. You're definitely going to need all the knowledge you can possibly walk away with.
So if you're casual and you're not entirely sure, like, don't take it the wrong way, you won't have to fight all 800 people, all right? I just want y'all to know that, just in case.
Brackets don't work like that, but
just to not discourage anyone, it's not a gauntlet. All right, that's how many unique engines have showed up in the Open Series, okay? And you just need to beat the people in front of you, just like any other, tournament format. Just don't get scared, don't get overwhelmed, and the tournament's free, so it costs you nothing but a little bit of time. All right?
Absolutely nothing.
But we got the first match coming for you right now. Yeah, we got Revin going up against YoshimitsuVI. No surprises. They came with the player cards. They let you know who the mains are, and that is how we're going to start it off pretty decently. I actually think it's a very good testament to the balance of Soulcalibur 6. You can go as deep as you want to and talk to people who are far more knowledgeable and better at this game than I ever will be, and their opinions may differ, but as far as everything goes, all the Caliber content you can watch around the world, people are playing what they want, and they're able to succeed for the most part if they have the talent behind it.
Pretty much every player that you'll talk to will say that every character has the tools to win, but there's obvious discrepancies in who is the strongest, right? Like Yoshimitsu actually being one of these characters. But we'll see that as it goes. And YoshimitsuVI has made his way not because of Yoshimitsu's strength, but his own strength as a player.
Absolutely. How about the run up B? That's just just a check to see where your blocking is, and taking his feet off the gas early here. That was a very big pause in a situation where every single move in the move list works for him right now as a mix-up. But how about just the A?
Hey, sometimes the simplest thing is the best way to go to be able to finish a round out, for sure. Yeah, and especially with Yoshimitsu, right? Because his A is one of the fastest in the game, tied for fastest anyway.
X should have that outright. Anyway, before the propaganda train begins, there's a chance of me seeing Jean-Wall on the screen. We're gonna keep it focused on the characters at bay right now. And that jump back, just a bicycle kick. I love it so much. It makes me happy. It reminds me of a certain Elder God. But how's the outside remind you? Ring outs, 3D games. Yeah, we're gonna leave that up to Calibur. They do that infinitely better. So that being said, 2 rounds apiece for Yoshimitsu 6, and a very strong first game to set off the broadcast here.
Yeah, and I mean, Revin's gonna be fighting back from the uphill. He's got all the soul charge meter he needs, but I mean, this is the time to use it, yeah, because that'll happen to you if you don't. I mean, Yoshimitsu specifically has a lethal hit on deck if you have 2 bars and you haven't used it. That's what happened right there. Now, his talisman is going to activate here, so he got a little bit back for it, but yeah, he's got to fight back from the wall here. Push him with the break attack. Great duck, but not able to get anything off of that. Avoiding the puddle as well, pushing up against the wall. There was a very important block on that low right there from Revin. Yeah, he's got to get the 1A, and there it is again, another low!
You know, getting the block on that first sequence looked very reactionary, as if Yoshimitsu was just ready. But then he continued to allow Revin to like work his offense. And Revin's like, okay, cool. You want to play the game that if I can open you up, I'll win, and you're not gonna like try to fight me back. You're just gonna try to block everything. Oh, I'll take that 10 out of 10 times, because no matter who you are, if you're just blocking, eventually you will get opened up. The only question is, how long will it take?
That's gonna, oh, and there's that lethal hit again. Yeah, that's gonna happen as many times as you have the bar for it. Now, once again, the talisman activates here because he specifically went with, I call it rejuvenation. It's got a different name, but that's just, you know, my name for it. Oh my god, I actually caught him? Directly out the air? You alley-oop to yourself to finish out the round? Let's go.
Of course, baby, it's a game breaker. It is what it is. You got a style on him. Come on, you know Yoshimitsu. If they came back and they decided to make one of those type of NBA Streets or, you know, those arcade-style games, and they wanted to put a fighting game character in it, Yoshimitsu would fit. Nobody's going to question anything that Yoshimitsu does, so if he's throwing alley-oops to himself, let him rock. I'm okay with this. Crazy enough, though, the follow-up low that came, it seemed as if Revin was blocking low in anticipation for something and then stood up at the last second, so maybe not as reactionary as much as it was more of like a fuzzy attempt to try to block high-low at a time and to cover a bunch of options. But the short delay into the low was perfect on cue, and good job on Yoshimitsu 6 not giving that game away.
Yeah, that happens to a lot of people. You know, they preemptively go like, I think I know what the mix-up is. It's probably going to be low, so I'm going to block low. And then they go, but wait, what if I'm blocking low too early? And they see that and they change their mix-up. So you kind of like twitch. You know, you change your mind a little bit, and you know, you don't believe in yourself enough, and then you can end up getting opened up by the same thing that you thought.
Yeah,
you might have been the way to go, right?
Yeah, when you guess, you already know what it is. It's either wrong or right. There isn't much room for in between unless the option you're going to cover so much that statistically you might as well just do it every single time. But in that case, no, just high-low, low health.
Well, right into game number 2. Bit smaller of a stage here for this, and especially one without ring outs. It's very important versus Yoshimitsu in particular, because you know, obviously this character can ring you out from most places. The problem is what he loses in ring outs, he makes up for in wall damage.
Knock, knock, because he tries to bait his way inside. Full charge RA doesn't even need to go. Yeah, no animation. Listen, man, close your eyes. You didn't see that. All right? If I had to deal with Nightmare ring out protection earlier today, we'll take some J hitboxes from Pog. He deserves it. Whoa. Yeah,
well, you know, I mean, when you do the twirl as Yoshimitsu, it does keep the hurt box there for a little bit longer while you're still twirling. So I guess that's probably why he got hit. But I was just surprised because he twirls so fast.
And a beautiful block this time.
Yeah, just up against the ledge. Yeah, and I mean, Revin can feel the pressure right now, wanting to soul charge here, because any hit from Yoshimitsu up against the ledge, right into that Brave Edge right there, could be death. I mean, there's a chance that this is death as long as he doesn't drop it, right?
Absolutely death. I thought you were going into your poetic, you know, speaking into existence moment, because death was certainly around the corner once he got that splat. Easy work, optimal combo, no big deal. You know, everybody here has those and is ready. And I'm surprised at how effective these hell sweeps have been. Like, almost every single one is hit. And in that situation, like, sure, it's a full combo punish, but if it's worked every single time, show me you can punish it. Until then, I'm going for it. Hold that.
Not going to be able to punch the 3BB, but at the very least got away from the wall, right? Oh, wow. It was a side throw. It wasn't back. So
I'm not okay with that. That should have been free, but it's all good. Continue on. Gets the launch. Trying to find his way in. Slice. And enough. Again, every single time. You got to watch your legs, baby.
Let us fight.
Oh, and there it is again. Yeah, so that actually was not even Revin's fault, right? That was a situation where the game literally gave him a second bar. So he had no choice but to get hit by the lethal hit if he was able to get hit there. Really unfortunate timing on that one, but that was capitalization right there from YoshimitsuVI. And I mean, now he's got the life lead because of it.
Yeah, it comes with the territory, though. I mean, nobody's going to turn down free resources when it comes to games, especially with how strong meter is in Soulcalibur 6 and how important. Another meter, that guard gauge, flashing red, in big time trouble. Good backstand, but now he's getting caught with all types of everything. While he's trying to avoid blocking, he's just getting hit. And if you can't break somebody's guard, depleting their life bar, oh yeah, that's a beautiful trade that they'll take 100 out of 100 times.
Yeah, and I think Revin was very specifically looking for the idea of, you know, him trying to break the guard, right? And so when you want to break the guard, you usually don't step to the side a lot. You usually try to go for those verticals or the rare horizontals in the game that do break guard. So he's like, okay, if you want to break my guard, you're going to have to deal with my verticals, because if you get hit by one of them, I win the round. I get to go straight into CE, you get launched. And it's an attempt by Revin. Unfortunately, it just didn't end up working out.
Yeah, unfortunate sequence there. YoshimitsuVI, exceptionally clean, just by the book. And again, just going to that hell sweep time and time again. At certain opportunities, though. It's not like he's just throwing it out for the sake of throwing it out. It feels like there's one or two sequences of conditioning, and then it's like, okay, now. And with 100% ratio, I mean, it's just free damage into Oki, and if he wants to spend a little meter to add a little bit more to some of his attacks, he can do that too. But yeah, I'm just seeing clean play right now. That's all it is. And YoshimitsuVI is just simply better in the moment.
Yeah, no, it definitely feels like it's just solid play throughout the whole of each game so far. YoshimitsuVI has been somebody who has had the words that were told to me were that he has a difficult to deal with style. And you can kind of see that, right? Like he's very overwhelming. And then he for whatever reason just understands when to step throughout. Maybe it's like a character knowledge thing, maybe it's like he studies players harder than anybody else. But whatever the case is, it is difficult to deal with for most people running into him.
Just keep your fluids to yourself, Yoshi, please. Appreciate that. So it's within the realm of acceptable behavior. Granted that they're trying to kill each other with swords and the like, but that's okay. We ignore that part. Flips it, and another one, man. It's just been too good. Round ender, icebreaker, momentum shifter. Just the all-in-one move that is just not being blocked right now at any part of the health bar.
Yeah, trying to get that low open up after the aerial. Okay, yep, and okay, so I think just about every single time Revin has been back turn, YoshimitsuVI has been looking for it, because we've talked about this in the open series a number of times so far, especially. Well, that's probably gonna do it, but the back turn for Huang, he has maybe the second best back turn move in the entirety of the game. Oh wow, just barely staying alive. Okay,
well, continue that thought. This one's over.
Nah, hold on.
Oh, wait a minute.
I want to have a little bit of faith. Okay, all right. But yeah. So YoshimitsuVI has been looking for that, and it's basically been ineffectual as a surprise attack. Like there's no sneakiness around here. YoshimitsuVI won't get hit by that. You got to open him up other ways, and Revin started to do it there.
Knock, knock. I'm home. I'm trying to get to the upper bracket semifinal. Please let me in.
Open up the door. It's real.
Yeah, spin up a little right juice there. Just to go further. Oh yeah, of course. Huh?
Oh yeah, door knocker just still knocking on the door. He ain't opening up. He knows it's real.
I mean, well, he doesn't have to. If I have a move that's hitting 100% of the time, why not continue to go to it?
Absolutely. If it ain't broke, never stop doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Right there. Another low just to tap the toes right there. And it just maybe lows in general. Super effective against what Revin's trying to do on the approach. At that character, zero range, up close and personal, as close as possible. Those legs have just been wide open.
Yeah, it's really surprising, because like lows are usually what get you a ton of damage when the opponent has a lot of life, right? And then they start trying to block their toes when they have very little life left, and it's kind of the opposite here. Ooh, caught the back step right there. Yeah. Okay, just faking the talisman usage. Ooh, Soul Charge, yeah. Just got to be able to keep going right there. Revin needs this
big
right
whiff.
now.
Yeah, didn't follow up. Instead, it's going to get it the traditional way and bounce off the wall. A little bit of extra properties on that. Stab. I'm going to get that throw I was looking for all along in the first place.
Yeah, super strong play all around for YoshimitsuVI. Basically never let up on the game plan. The game plan was solid from game one and just never stopped, right? He never needed to go more offensive than he was, and he never needed to be any more defensive either. It was just keep it going. It was hitting some of those lows that you were talking about, right? Those were opening him up quite a bit. And his steps, super strong, along with just catching the timings, right? Like right there in particular. He was negative, but he was like, okay, if you go for something slow, avoiding the puddle is going to stop that.
Pops him up, but we saw a lot of situations that just resulted in the easier option for YoshimitsuVI, right? Like, I'm not gonna go too crazy. I have this sweep, like, it's working literally every single time I'm able to get it off cleanly, and
it's hard.
There might have been an interruption or two, but there was never a block on it. And if that was enough to get the job done, then why not, right? AA here, BB there. Just tasting with the most fundamental of Yoshi play. Nothing too stylish. Easy hit confirms, and whatever worked. Like it was the working man's Yoshi right there, and it was enough to get the job done.
Yeah, I can't commend YoshimitsuVI enough for just sticking to the guns. You know, a lot of the time you'll run into somebody who's like maybe thinking a little bit too hard about it. They'll be like, you know, okay, so I've done this every game, right? You know, this person's definitely going to adapt, and when they don't, and you run into a situation like that, you usually start to falter a little bit. And not the case. YoshimitsuVI was like, well, you know, you got to show me the adaptation first.
Yeah,
it wasn't there, unfortunately.
What I want to know is whether or not the script is going to pass, right? Because you know what EU does, right?
That's the EU script, though, right?
I know.
Like, does that count for North America?
I know. No, it doesn't. That's why I'm asking if there's a different one, because we got 3-1, 3-1, 3-1, and then 3-2, 3-2, 3-2. Like, the upper bracket was very, very spoopy, and I know that there's no correlation, but usually the first match sets off a chain of events that people just tend to follow. Like, okay, that's what we're doing today to see if everybody got the assignment. So with that being said, you know, up next we got Mindwolf and Enigmaticks. We know Mindwolf has a pretty deep tournament path, like always, right? Every single time. You don't see him really go out earlier than fourth at worst, you know, since he became up top. And when he steamrolls, he steamrolls. 192 matches, putting in the absolute work throughout the Open Series in 2021. 85%. That is insane. That is only second overall to Kiev's 90% in the EU, and they can't play each other. So with that being said, I mean, Mindwolf clearly the resident god here is going up against Enigmaticks. No stranger as well, right? Still close to 80% on his, maybe not as much games, but a W is a W, and that's why we have percentages in the first place.
Yeah, Enigmaticks hasn't really entered a ton of the Open Series, but every time that he has entered, whether it be the qualifier or, you know, a monthly final, has been strong, right? Yeah. I think the last time he got 5th place.
Correct.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah.
Yep,
so I mean, that's already enough, right? Because you have to make it through the qualifiers first, and then you have to make it through the top 32 bracket to make it up into top 8 after that. Yeah. And then, of course, you know, Enigmaticks has the strength of their placings outside of the Open Series as well. You know, being one of Chicago's finest. Especially with being a 2B player, that's a character that not a lot of people are really privy to be quite honest with you. It gets to the point where you see a lot of people actually complaining about her without actually, like, you know, knowing if they can do something about some of the stuff.
Yeah, it's really hard for me to ever go against a guest character in the game whose game that I like really, really enjoyed, and because
I'm a big fan myself.
2B, she doesn't. We don't accept 2B slander over here. She's a goddess, and she should be able to do everything. Right? It's okay. A2 supremacy for life, but that's okay. She didn't make it in, so we watch from the outside. And yeah, this is Enigmatic's second appearance in a monthly final for 2021 at least. And last time, as you mentioned, he came up just shy at 5th. While it may be enough overall, it falls just outside of the prize money. And we have a lot of players who consistently show up and they just continue to rise, right? Higher placements every time we see them until they eventually crack that top 3 ceiling. And then they kind of just stay around there when they sign up, or only lose to other people in those positions. So Enigmaticks might be up next as far as the Open Series is concerned, and I'll be ready to get this match started for you very soon as the players line in. And we'll another step forward. Will the script continue 3-0s across the board? I don't know. It's still very early, but a lot of people tend to follow the leader when these tournaments they get out of hand.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you brought up that story, actually, because the first person to cultivate that story of, starting out, not making it super far after making it to the open broadcast, and then eventually just, getting a better placing each time up until they hit top 3 and then never leaving that spot is Mindwolf, right? He is our current Open Series North American just champ, right? Like, he's one of the most winning North American players that we have next to, say, Sly Tiger or somebody else, right? And because of that, we know that entire story is possible. And we know that a lot of these players are looking to do a similar thing. And that's another reason why we know that the strength of these brackets are starting to get condensed, is because more and more people are starting to contend with these ones that we are expecting to be in top 3 every time. They're not always top 3 anymore, because people are entering the Open Series and they're practicing as much as possible, and they're getting more and more knowledge as time goes on. That story is not just the Mindwolf story anymore. It's everybody's story now.
For sure. Both on and offline, it's your favorite thing, right? Because the community can't go forward without, new talent. And Absolutely. As the old guard, kind of, we just chill and mind our business. We're just kind of here. Then the new hungry young talent comes up and starts placing and filling out the roster of everything you need. It's just a cycle, right? This has been here long before we started. It's going to be here long after we're gone. So just keep pushing forward. And it's always great to watch the generational talent just show up, the next top player rise out of nowhere, or not necessarily nowhere, but to see that gradual shift, yeah, absolutely. So with that being said, we got them locked up. You can hear the clock ticking, heart beating. You know what time it is. Yeah, it's going to get Keelik, no surprise. 2B, no surprise. And the variety continues. Even when you line this up, speaking on Soulcalibur's balance again, with EU, still, no repeat characters. There was no Yoshi. 8 people, 8 different characters, and then you come to NA, and then there's another 4 characters already.
I didn't even think about that, but you're 100%
crazy.
Correct. Yeah,
actually crazy.
That's one of the nicest parts about Soulcalibur 6, honestly, is, again, every character having the tools to win, regardless of where you at in terms of skill level. And everybody's playing something, right? You got people playing Baldo, you got people playing, Halomaru. It's just a matter of whether they show up in the bracket or not. And, well, everybody's here and they're playing as many characters as possible.
Yeah, we will get our first repeats of characters from 2 different broadcasts a little later when we see, Talam and Taki in the building. But other than that, everybody's just kind of doing their thing. Slice them up, beautiful whip punish. You have range, I have it too. I just come with a little more speed and a bit more commitment. Up close and personal slash, that half a second pause when you get the final hit for the kill. Oh, that was such a beautiful screenshot. I wish I would have taken it, but 2B just in the heart of Keelik, yeah, I'm here, and I'm here to take your chips, Mindwolf. I'm sick of watching you win.
Yeah, and I mean, now that I think about it, actually, since Enigmaticks is Chicago, I do believe Zendo might also be Chicago. And if that's the case, he's a Keelik player, and he's a strong one at that, too. So if somebody has at least a little bit of an idea of how to fight Keelik, Enigmaticks is definitely showing that he does.
And that felt like a piece of Soulcalibur, right? When you whiff a 2-part string so far, you're going to die. You might as well just commit to the final option anyway. And that punch is coming out and getting the toss. Lethal hit, though, finally. Mindwolf waking up, remembering this is, in fact, a 2-player game. 2 rounds down, though, is going to need a lot for a comeback, but we've seen it before.
Well, here's one of the reasons why a lot of people have trouble with this character right here is not just the soul charge, but the aggression shift mix-up that's been going on with 2B. All that anime stuff you saw, all that flying and everything, that's what makes her so difficult to deal with. You really have to study that stance and how to deal with it.
Slow it down. Get in between everything. Jason gets... Just frames for days, baby. Get that extra dunk in there. Keelik coming from the 3-point line with that one.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that 4-4K connected, because that was off of a backstep, too, that Enigmaticks was, trying to get away, but just couldn't find the space. Gonna go into CE here. Definitely gonna more than get that life lead here.
This game is so sick.
That was so smart right there from Enigmaticks. Just going around the body of Keelik so that back turn K is ineffectual. We talked earlier about incredibly strong back turn moves. Keelik has the best one. Yeah, tried the can stick damage.
First. Oh yeah, can't escape this. Gets the feint, the throw on the wake up. That's a lot of damage into the CE. And wait a minute. You know what? I think this kills.
It's off a command grab. I don't. Okay.
I think this kills.
It was off a command grab, so I was worried. But it was again. It was in guts. It was Dark Keelik super, so it's huge damage as always because it doesn't even need to be in guts to do big damage. But I was a little worried about it.
All those situations that you just situated right there. I don't care, bro. It's Keelik, Dark Keelik CE. I'm not thinking about that. I look at the life bar and I say, "Yep, that's it."
Alright, coming out.
Nice call. Oh my god, you're actually just dead. Like you're actually just dead, bro. Like you're oh my god.
I thought that was just a straight kill, like straight up, but it was not. Okay, interesting enough. Mindwolf with a 3-round comeback, straight.
Okay.
Yeah.
that was just one like break attack attempt, right? And then it got crushed. And, okay. Excuse me, one GI attempt that got break attacked. And, okay.
It got fully charged into unblockable too, so
yeah.
it was extra damage. Like
I just want to make sure that we saw the same thing because that looked a little unfair, you know, in defense of the grade 2B. That was a pretty devastating combo. I mean, I thought a CE was gonna get comboed into it and that would have killed, but you know, this 1-0 Mindwolf. Let's keep the ball rolling and let's not get caught up on the trauma that would be that final combo and choking away that game.
I mean, sometimes it's a bit too far away to be able to do the stuff you want to do, so you have to adjust, get as much damage as you can. Maybe Mindwolf had to do that because I'm not going to pretend I'm super knowledgeable about the Keelik routes, and so he might not have been able to do it.
That's all good, man. Either way you count that was more than enough damage to get the easy follow-up to close it out. Using that pogo just to, you know, get off the ground relatively safely. I mean, there's options against it, and sometimes we've seen Mindwolf's opponents like take to the air and catch him at the ascent, right? And catch him at the peak of the vault. But slice. Gonna take the little guaranteed follow-up there after that GI. And it's enough to close the door in round 1. Oh, scoop!
Man, it's back command grab, so he gets a little bit follow-up on it. It's the Oki that's coming out, though. 6KB, huh? That's an interesting move to use right there, but, you know, Soul Charge, yeah, Enigmaticks recognize he's up against the small wall, so getting rung out is very, very possible. Wanting to use the Soul Charge to blow him back.
Oh, not again! Yes, again is the word. One more step. Mindwolf gonna take his time, but gets thrown again. Terrible positioning on the map now for what seemed to be an easy closeout on the round. Called out on the GI and goes right back to him. Excuse me?
So the full string actually ended up moving to be just enough to be able to get away from the vertical. That was, you know, that was clutch decision making right there from Enigmaticks for a moment, but Mindwolf just continuing and keeping things okay for himself.
Okay, cool. Just gonna let that rock. All right, just a little 2K, a little toe tap, right? That's always good for just about anybody when you're talking end round situations.
Oh, yeah, that was a straight block punish right there. And, I mean, Mindwolf knew. So, again, we talk about a lot how 2B is not a super popular character. You know, not a lot of people know how to block punish her, but Mindwolf showing.
Uh-huh. Showing the pain, showing the anger. A bit of his bloodlust.
Does that count as like taking a third of your life for the next round? Because
yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you try to escape and you go for the overkill on the CE, when realistically you just want to make sure execution-wise you actually can't fumble that bag and you close the round out. Yeah, it gets insane. It's so crazy that after the GI, Mindwolf is straight up going to REs when he's been calling out Enigmaticks and busting with break attacks. He doesn't expect that in return. So just being levels ahead on the mind games is something else that you can have in the back pocket to help you break down your opponent.
Yeah, well, now he's got to deal with the aggressive shift up against the wall. And yeah, Enigmatic recognizes that he's in Dark Keelik. He needs to keep the pressure on, so he soul charges. And then, oh, but a beautiful monument call out right there. It's going to be able to do big damage off the CE. Yeah, huge
Yeah,
damage.
you're dead. No, yeah, I think she's dead.
I didn't doubt that one. I was not doubting that one. I was pretty sure as well.
Oh yeah, lethal hit, a singular hit after. No, there's plenty of scaling to go. All right, this is just, ouch. Yeah, see, I told you it counted as a third of his health moving forward to the next round. That's exactly where it came in. That was the insurance policy that Dark Keelik made you pay for having to waste the animation on an overkill when you could have just did one hit, two hit, and move forward into the next round. But no. Keelik, ever the demon, ready to come out when his time is called, and guts damage just with that super in general is insane. You get it off a lethal hit, which is a big start to your combo. Every situation was just there for Mindwolf, and going to moves that have auto GIs in them just feel even better, right? So you get to block the attack without having to press the GI. You get the lethal hit that goes with it, and you're already in Dark Keelik mode. Like, come on, you couldn't ask for a better situation.
Yeah. Oh, tried to get the wall combo right there. Was unable to get it. Just gets the low mix up again. That has been just about every single time that Enigmaticks has gone towards a re-GI,
so
and Mindwolf has immediately gone to the A+B. Back to the K.
Every single time that Mindwolf has got hit by GI, he had been doing his RE and not respecting the break attack, except for that one time. He just kept it solid and just went for the guard button in that situation.
Trying to use that 4-4K on a step, but no dice. Not going to get it. Enigmaticks fighting his way out. Got the aggression chip mix up here. Catching the no-tech.
Oh, in between. Interruption on the launch. Going to get the wall again. And you're probably going to die? No. Slides the reset in between, but Enigmaticks was ready at the helm.
So Mindwolf actually could have killed there. Mindwolf very specifically did not kill in attempts. Yeah, absolutely. No, that's 100% guaranteed.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mindwolf did that in attempts to not break the wall. That was very specifically to try to take the round without having to do that, so that ring out could become a possibility here, or at the very least not be used against him.
Love it. Forward thinking in between rounds. Another opportunity. 2B's back against the wall. Soul charges up out of, well, panic. Kind of needed to in that situation. Knows that he can't afford to hit the wall. And another call out. The same sequence to end a round before. And Mindwolf, yeah, this has just been data downloaded and applied.
Oh. Wow, that trades favorably like that? That's so interesting. That's really good knowledge versus aggression shift. Mindwolf showing it and then finishing off the game because of that, and even taking the set.
Yeah, not as popular as far as character selection goes, but Mindwolf clearly done his homework on Team 2B at this point in the game. That was a 3-0. That was kind of... That was quick. Yeah, it felt like 2, but that's just how fast they were going, the pace they decided to play at. The first game, very competitive, very close, and it's just demoralizing. The way Mindwolf made that comeback when he was down like 2-1, the next 2 rounds went so fast that it just felt like a blur, and it had to have done something, right? Enigmaticks just unable to close it out, right? So close, but so far away. Like, look at this.
That's a lot of damage. I thought it would scale because of the command grab, but, well, I mean, I guess technically it did scale, but it still did a lot.
And then you go down 0-1 from there. You get caught full charge, unblockable, lethal hit. I mean, look at the damage. Couldn't even do everything he wanted. Easy follow-up, guess for game, and it steamrolled from there. Mindwolf did not let up. He realized that it was his calling, his time. He was the conductor on this train. And he was decided when it was time to get off. And that's it. 3 stops, 3 wins, 3-0. And one more game will get him towards a minimum of 3rd place if he's able to take the victory against YoshimitsuVI.
Yeah, so I really got to point out that 2A right there, specifically against the aggression shift, because not only did it clash favorably, but it turned her around because she was in the middle of spinning. So that's why his 2A was faster. It was just, she can't do her 2A regularly because she's turned around. She has to do the back turn version, which is slower. And so, I don't know, that was wild to me. I'm still, like, oozing over that one.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely great. It's one of the finer details that you might not catch if you're not paying as much attention or you're just not aware of the situation. So for you to break that down and, share that, like, with all of us, yeah, absolutely. Now you look and you get it, right? It's it was calculated by Mindwolf, and I'm sure he knew that was going to happen. So, with that being said,
That's wild to me.
Xeph up against Sly Tiger. Sly Tiger, not to be downplayed in the slightest. You know, his win percentage very, very close to the 85% that Mindwolf has as the leader, right? They have both made all 6 final appearances for this year, and Sly Tiger has also won 2 of them as well. So it's neck and neck. The difference being Mindwolf have about 500 plus more in terms of the winnings over the time. But look at that. Talon just incredibly impressive no matter what. And he's going up against Xeph. No surprise, top man extraordinaire, online, offline, whatever circuit you can put him in. A clean 7-0 as the beginning of his Open Series career has started, and it has just been an undefeated streak. Weekly under his belt, the EVO official side tournament, W under his belt for NA, and it feels like, where does he stop? When does he lose a set? It's early, but that's what it's looking like right now.
Yeah, it definitely feels hard to be able to take down Xephukai, and we're not even just talking about like Open Series, right? Like, to put it into perspective, you know, maybe you're new to Soulcalibur 6, maybe you're checking out one of these Open Series broadcasts, you know, you're jumping in on one of these, but this is your only exposure to the tournament scene. Xephukai has been around for a hot minute and has been known to be one of the best Soulcalibur players of all time. Like, that's not, I'm not talking like Soulcalibur 6. Like, he's played more than just this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
and you know, Soulcalibur 5 is the name of one of the games that he like was obviously so strong at, and he was considered by the end of it to probably be the best. And me saying probably is maybe a bit of disrespect. Like, that's how strong it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for him to walk in, you know, take Evo side tournament, go 7-0, I am not surprised in the least. And most people are expecting this kind of performance from the player. Now, these are 2 players that actually run into each other outside of the Open Series as well, and other online events, like one of them being WNF. And we've seen this a couple of times. Xephukai has definitely, on average, come out on top versus most of the players at WNF. He usually takes that tournament, and Sly Tiger is one of the people that shows up to it.
All right, well, we'll get into it. We'll figure it out. Now, coming with Sophie for the cause this time. Always ready to use the character that gives him the best opportunity, has a good team. Immediate, guaranteed, lethal hit. After that, GI slight. Love that throw so much. Makes me incredibly happy, both parts. Gets a stab, though, and Sly Tiger's slowing it down. How about this? If you won't block, I'll hit you with this move that allows me a guaranteed follow-up. One of the slicker command grabs in the game for sure. And once again, wow, beautiful tech. Sly Tiger staying alive, but does not block the following mix-up.
Such a hard deal to go with, and that's one of the things that happens when you play versus somebody in numerous other tournaments. Like, I can tell you for sure, after watching so many Wednesday night fights, Xephukai would have normally have gone to like 1K there a lot of the time, but because he is, you know, a player of this caliber, a player who's been going on a lot of the time, of course he mixes it up, and then Sly Tiger is looking for the old option that he usually goes towards.
Yeah, and you're seeing light aggression, and I think light is being generous when I'm talking about Sly Tiger, because talent players are usually free-flowing over the map, doing whatever they want, and enforcing their will on the competition. But this is definitely the other way around. I mean, it goes for the flip, you know, to show a different side of what's good. But other than that, there is being a lot of time spent using the guard button.
Yeah, I mean, it's very clear that Sly Tiger is currently looking for times to oh, no way, got it just enough, and that was unair controllable, I do believe. So that means that was just a straight ring out from that exact distance. I mean, of course, Xephukai was going to try to go for a ring out there, whether it was not, you know, close enough or if it was, but it was definitely a good call.
Listen, whatever you want to call it, just put a W in the win column. That's 1-0. I don't. We've got plenty of games to go, plenty of tournaments to go, but wow, I don't think I've seen Talon that controlled. She's usually all just annoying everybody with everything she can do, and it's not a range thing, right? Sophie doesn't prevent her from getting in. You know, she's there, but I don't know. Maybe it's first games. You know, shake it off, get into it. Very unfortunate on the ring out, but I mean, Xeph was fishing for it throughout the entirety of that time with the back to the wall. As you can see, not too much in forms of stepping and mixing it up between the horizontals and the verticals to like keep them in check in place. Let's see if this map helps that out at all as Sly Tiger decides, all right, yeah, let me press some buttons, baby. Press some buttons.
Yeah, I really do think it's like what we were talking about a bit earlier. Sly Tiger needed to get a little bit more information on how Xephukai was planning on playing the set and planning on playing the offense, because once you get that a little bit better down to pat, you can start being able to fight back a little bit more. Now, Xephukai, of course, mixing up the options, has gone for double throw, and he even specifically went for the version of that throw where you just don't do the second part, and that way you can just get the Oki pressure afterwards. Okay, free punish on that.
Slowing it down, break attack to open her up just a little bit. Solid defense here, and yeah, a lot of small caliber from Xeph. Single hits there, and then when you get that big launch, which is safe, you can just follow up with an easy hit confirm and a lot of throws. We don't see that from like any other competitors in A or EU. And just playing a traditional, dare I say, like watching his Sophie feels like I'm watching a 2D fighting game character in action.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of been the way Xephukai has always played, is just he has a strong understanding of how to structure offense and a strong understanding of how to mentally pick apart an opponent, right? He understands like, hey, I'm doing this a lot, so you're going to want to do this more. Now I can start putting up this option, or you seem to like this, so I'm going to go for that, right? Oh no, the unblockable setup! Oh, it's not real, but if you're not privy to it, it may as well be. Oh yeah, I was trying to look for maybe I was gonna say maybe a Superman punch or something to try and get offensive pressure back. Didn't end up catching anything, but the second one sure did. Got the lightning bolt. Zeus helping out.
Is that okay? Are there assists in this game? Is that cheating? I don't know how I feel about this. It's something else we got to put on the whiteboard and see whether or not it's okay. It's right there up under Nightmare's Ring Out Protection Blessing, because that was some bull, and I'm still tight about that multiple times. And then Sophie with Zeus assists. I don't know how I feel about the discussion for another day. Right now, the fact of the matter is 2-0 Xephukai, and it's been complete domination. 6 rounds straight, and he is doing just exactly as the records show. Undefeated in the weeklies, undefeated in the Evo side tournaments, and there's a new terror in town who's coming to take the top spot and ask everybody once again, whose domain is this?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're going to see more of that, more information that we were looking for at this point, because Mindwolf just made it, through his match, and now Xephukai is almost on the precipice of it. Not going to count Sly Tiger out just yet, especially not with a wind cannon start.
I mean, that's an optimal combo punish right there. I mean, she's flying in the air with 800 million frames of recovery upon landing, so whatever, like... I can only imagine when somebody like Astaroth gets or somebody like that, like you have all the frames to do whatever you want. Oh man.
Pardon me as I stab you in the chest. Like, come on.
Hey, listen, man. She's okay. Protect Sophie at all costs. Stays alive.
Yeah, just barely, and outside of the range for the mix-up from Xephukai. Still going to be able to get that wall rising, finish it off on that one. And I mean, Xephukai was probably going to get the hit there because we noticed that Sly Tiger didn't duck the low up until it was already out, so.
It's okay, nice sidestep, keeping everything solid, blocking angel steps, and looking for the launch again. Yeah, just keeping it solid, man. Chasing Tiger all over the map. It's like, yeah, you have the space. Here's another throw. And it just all adds up until that launch comes and does the job. Another whiff punish, another throw.
Ooh, try to get the wall on that one. No dice, but at the very least you're up against the wall right now. So now, no!
Excuse
the back
me?
step changed the axes and made it so it's all in with the other direction. Oh no, that's so unfortunate.
Yeah, I like to call the police. It's just been a robbery live on stream. I don't know how I felt about that one, but you have to roll with the punches. At least the offense is flowing with the activation there. Big wind cannon has an opportunity to close out on a round, but Xeph mounting a comeback and mounting his opponents all at the same time. Ducks under the swift kick. Watch your legs. Another check. Launch. Baited. CE. And we've seen it all before, baby. Eyes, light. Pay attention.
Or maybe don't, because you'll get blinded.
Yeah.
Cannot afford to lose.
All right, so Xephukai is going to be taking it over.
Cannot afford to lose. I love it. I want to have a little, sharp blade that I talk to and it helps me achieve everything I need in life. Please, do they sell those? No?
I don't think so. I'm going to be honest. I'm really sorry.
Okay. I tried.
Yeah, well, Xephukai is going to be moving on right there, taking the set 3-0 over Sly Tiger. Yeah, that was just complete domination. It's really hard to call it otherwise, to be quite honest with you. And especially right there, checking the ring out distance, going for it. Really, really good from Xephukai. And again, you mentioned the amount of guarding that Xephukai forced Sly Tiger to do, and then you talked about how many throws Xephukai was going to.
Yep.
Those were directly related, right? That he forced him to guard a lot, and then when Xephukai was privy to the fact that he forced him to guard a lot, he started to go to throws. And then at that point, he could start mixing other things in on top of that. And by the time Sly Tiger was able to, not get thrown 11 times, it was a bit too late. And then he started getting thrown 11 times again after that. So
yeah. It's one of the most basic, fighting game strategies. It's like, hey, it's the loop, right? Striking beats people who are not blocking, right, out of position. Blocking beats people who are just striking and out of position. And then throwing beats blocking. I mean, it's something you learn at the base, and Zeph is taking it as the NA script happens.
3 O's
all right,
everywhere.
3 O's across the board thus far. It has been an absolute slaughter of an intro to the upper bracket. And coming up next, we've got Trash and Crack 873. Trash is short for I am trash and so are you. And if this is not the best tag ever, then we need a recount, because this would certainly make the finals of some of the best tags you have ever seen.
My favorite was at Evo when Legit and Trash had to play, and Trash beat Legit. So on the score, you just look at it's Trash is better than Legit.
Yeah, Legit Trash. It's wonderful. But right now, a 77% win rate is pretty legit, no matter how you want to cut it up. Crack, on the other hand, man of mystery, all right? Name's Tony. He's on the East Coast. Don't ask no questions. You know what I'm saying? You already know. 49-13 on the 2021 Open Series season. And yeah, I mean, the NA side of things is just so consistently strong. I think 76% win rate is the lowest. So these are, every single person is winning 3 out of 4 tournament games that they play, and they just all end up here in the same spot, the monthly final, looking to take home another first, where it's been stingy, man. Mindwolf and Sly Tiger have been hogging, the majority of the titles this year, and 6 other people in this bracket, they would like to come and take it, with one who is just clearly looking levels above the rest.
Yeah, I had to give it a double check. You are right. Of the people in this top 8, 76 is technically the lowest win percentage, but that's like the
amazing.
That's like really strong.
That's like
right?
elite level, world class. So bad. If you looked on any ranked leaderboard and someone's winning like 76% of the fights, it's like, wow, they're really good. Especially if you have like thousands of matches under your belt, and then it just only gets higher. So I don't know what to tell you, man. Competition's fierce, and it could be you. It could be you. So sign up and, join the bloodbath and take some names for yourself. Cost you nothing.
Yeah. So I want to talk about Crack just a little bit, because specifically Crack was one of the first people in North America to really take the reins of Open Series, right? He was one of the first to embrace it, and then he missed a few, wasn't really showing up as much, and he's been back a lot, a couple of times now. I think 2 months in a row he's been back in the top 8s here. And before he was just this is what Crack was doing to people back then.
It hurts.
And he comes back completely in full force. The offensive pressure from Crack has been overwhelming a lot of the time. Oh, 7 stars, we going for it? Okay, I feel you. He just needs one more.
It's too easy, baby. He's such an amazing character to watch, but right now he's gonna go for a swim. Here's a launch. No, not quite.
No. Yeah, an unfortunate drop right there from Trash.
Yeah, not sure if that's what they were looking for. Had a ring out opportunity, but instead wants it the old-fashioned way. Well, ring outs have always been here, so technically it's all good. Either way, excuse me, goes right through that, and something about this privileged hurt box is gonna show. Oh, they wanted to jump on that side where the water's deeper. I got you. My fault, Trash. I understand, right? Babies don't jump in little 5-foot depth. That's not enough. You want it further towards the ocean. I got you.
Gotta get a challenge. It can't be that easy, right? But 7 stars on deck for Crack right here, and Trash has a lot of meter to work with too. And yeah, great
nice
step. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it felt like a mistake as there was a pause right after. Wasn't quite sure that she was going to escape that sequence, and a wake up trade that works heavy in Taki's favor.
Ooh, back turn. Yeah, you want to be able to make sure that you don't walk directly into that attack because that's the lethal hit condition. So, but a great interrupt. The GI comes out, was looking for the re-GI. No, Dias Crack is going to have to mount an offense that has 0 faults. Yeah, unfortunately was unable to do so as the wake-up kicks come out.
So disrespectful with the juggles end round. Had a bring out opportunity, kicked them so they stay in, and then was gonna ring them right back out. Offense all from the floor, right? It's just Dance Academy right now. And goes forward twice. If at first you don't succeed, you run it back. And yeah, Crack is just here. Nunchaku everywhere. So much mix-up, so many attacks to keep up with. Max, he's such a technical character, man. He's definitely he has to be super high on the scrub killer list. Has to be. If you don't know what's going on.
With punish. Good reaction right there from Crack. And as a scrub myself, KP, I can confirm that he definitely kills people.
Sleep tight.
This ends here.
All right. Little taunts back and forth. All right, these two got the assignment. They didn't want to deal with this 3-0 pressure. They understand the type of feeling that's in the air. And wow, just point blank, just fastball gets the wall. No. That no way. Peace.
That was godlike. Great awareness. Good reaction from Trash. Knowing exactly what to do right there if that got the hit and if it hit the wall. Did exactly those things. Was ready to capitalize.
The fastball, look right in his face. You can't throw that. Aren't the mounds supposed to be X amount of yards away? You just ran up close. Okay, let's see.
This ain't little leagues anymore, KP. You gotta be ready.
Listen, man, Trash is playing an entirely different game, and Craig just wasn't ready for it. It is what it is. Got popped point blank with one of the few projectiles in the game, and then carried to the wall and launched. In a map where the walls are relatively small and only in a specific mid area. On the map where you can just get away from your opponent with relative ease at start, it's everything just went into a perfect scenario for Trash, and they took it out bright and early.
Okay, well, double seal right now, so only needs 2 more for the lethal hit. But, that'll be on deck later. That's not something that should come into play super quick.
Yeah. It'll be coming up soon if this offensive flurry continues where everything is working. Working on it perfect, by the way. 7 golden leathers. Can you spell it? Not quite. Maybe another time, but this is everything open. Doesn't need to take long. Gets right back in there. Not going to play it slow. Not going to take his foot off the gas or come so reserved that he begins to let himself get opened up. It's a big problem that a lot of players, myself included, have.
And one thing I want to point out is that last round, I think Trash was very specifically trying to condition towards the lethal hit that may come. Because if he gets the lethal hit, he had shown that he's willing to do the low so many times, which is going to open up the mid.
What a blunder.
Call it out as you see.
Step. Oh, that might actually, I think he pressed the button. Yeah.
Yep.
The slow down and everything.
Yo, reactions. Trash.
Yeah, I gotta put this out there. Trash might be one of the only talkies on this planet Earth that isn't allergic to meter usage.
Oh yeah, not in the slightest. You love to see it. There's another step, this time inward. It just, certain moves you have to step in a certain direction. Oh my goodness, the acrobatics on deck. Yo, save the last dance. Hold up.
Stomping the yard out here.
Yeah, this is all Trash here in game 2. More of the same. What?
No.
Okay, let's slow it down, buddy. I understand that everything is working, but you want everything to work out.
Oh, another beautiful
Try
step right
this?
there. The
I
throw
don't
comes
think
out,
so.
gonna finish it off. 2 games for Trash now.
Yeah, try this. No,
Try this.
I said no. It's no. That's like me walking with my girl in the mall and the cologne
the free
dudes are like,
sample.
hey, and she just kind of give them the look, and, sidestep. You feel me? I like that because they wild aggressive, yo. My man's got the soul charge activated. You know how fast it is. Just try this. He comes across the screen in like 0.5 seconds. Like, I don't think so. All right, I'm just gonna take this easy step, easy slice, easy dub, and Trash is looking exceptional. All right,
I can agree.
2 games to 0.
Yeah, I mean, if you look back at some of the previous rounds, even before that game, Trash was sidestepping a lot of those 6A plus Bs during Soul Charge. The the just immediate like go through, even despite its speed, it was ready to sidestep it. And it's probably preemptive rather than a reaction, but that's still just as important. What matters is you got away from it, and then you got the punish. And Trash has been doing that. I want to say 8 out of 10 times at this point.
I just can't believe I'm sitting here on the broadcast to like the world's just calling a grown man Trash and like that's their name.
If that's what you want to enter as, I will make sure to respect that.
I mean, absolutely. Definitely gonna put some respect on the name and on the schedule, right? Never know when you need to take it out. But there's a throw and a backup gets launched, and I guess Soulcalibur heard that they needed even more space in their map. So the random selector guy who's watching every tournament ever and altering the algorithm to make it happen decided that we would open this up as widely as possible.
I remember when the stage first came out, I was like, there's no way you're gonna get a ring out on it. And then I commentated WNF the very next day. And it was like nothing but ring outs for the first several matches. I was like, how are you people choosing so much violence and chaos that you're getting rung out on this stage? It's gigantic. Like
Okay, slow it down. Methodical combos. Yeah, chase down. Okay, don't go anywhere. Oh, whiff, launch. Come back.
Yeah, I've been noticing ever since the last round, Crack has been specifically slowing things down as much as he can anyway. And I feel like it's been leading pretty well.
Hello?
If he had stance transitioned, it could have been a punish, but not the case there. No follow-up on the lethal hit. I guess Trash was not ready. He's going to be able to get the throw here. And I mean, there's really not a lot of life left on Trash. If he makes one mistake, that could be it. That's going to connect just like that. That was the exact same situation we were talking about just a little bit ago. Well, I guess it was a slightly different button.
Yo, Trash is out here. The Trash is out here.
You'll be lost to history.
Come.
Yeah, Maxi, you should have went all out a little while ago, buddy. It might be too late. But yeah, possible final round for Crack. There's nothing left to leave on the table. You have to show your hand at this point.
Yeah, it's very
bars a
unfortunate.
meter.
It's unfortunate too because you'll see these flashes of like clean, controlled offense coming in from Maxi, right, where everything is just working. But it's like they wrote the body of the essay, but they forgot like the thesis, bro. And then like there's no continuation, no closing, no nothing. It's just like, all right, I'm gonna start by writing these verses, but like I don't have everything that's needed to gel it together for one consistent, project or performance. And it's just unfortunate because when Crack is going, it looks so good, but everything outside of it is just trash, time and time again.
Stay down.
Yeah, well, up against the wall right now, Crack. Soul Charge just to get away. Doesn't want to have to deal with it. Yeah, interestingly enough, Maxi has one of the best ways to punish OTG state during Soul Charge. So most hockey players would do exactly what you saw Trash do right there, right? Because most people will not punish you very hard for that. Maxi, on the other hand, if he OTGs you there, he kills you. And there it is
How many times is Trash is gonna go for this? I mean, I guess if you can't, like if your opponent can't predict you, just keep letting it rock, right? I mean, he does have the whiff punishes, the good mix-ups, all the throws, everything just works. But when you throw in these CEs out of nowhere on top of the gameplay, like how do you ever recover from that mentally? You don't. So, Trash, not quite. another man's treasure this time, 3-0, as the NA script is complete in round 1. No games were played. All right, they said, it's this time. All right, let me get this money and get out of here. 3-0, nobody mess it up.
This might be one of the faster round 1s of NA I've seen so
Ever?
far, actually, in open series. Yeah, because, like, you know, we always joke about I don't know if it's a joke anymore. It seems gospel, about the script in the EU side, and, well, we saw most of that today. And for NA, it usually seems a bit closer round 1, whereas, like, right now it's just, it's just people dying. This is a battlefield, and there are bodies littered everywhere.
Scoop. There's just so much damage. Your back throws are wonderful, and I love to see them. But again, we saw great offense when it was able to go. But it's almost as if Crack was waiting for somebody to give them a turn, whereas Trash was just like, no, I'm doing this now. Whatever. Like you're not ready for this crazy of a style, and I can see just how easily that appears overwhelming. Because, I mean, look, Trash straight up does not care about anything. Like, gave that round away, throwing CEs everywhere. That's an easy whip punish for them. But outside of it, there was no pattern. There was no prediction. It just was. As we take a look at the bracket, you already know what it is, whether you just got here. And the first match in the lower bracket, Enigmaticks with the 30-piece. Just pack it up all day. NA signed up, NA showed up, and NA chose violence today. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, that does open up the other lower bracket match to either break the mold or just continue on with said script. Now, we do have, you know, the upper bracket matches to get through, and, you know, that's something that we're going to be looking at, because as the bracket moves on, the competition only gets more and more dense. These people are winning for a reason, and, you know, one of them is the prize pool, which you guys are entitled to as well, because this is an open bracket. You guys can go to compete.playstation.com to be able to enter any of these open events. And it's not just Soulcalibur 6, it's many different games. It's your one-stop shop for all things PlayStation competition. And I definitely implore that you guys check it out, because if it's Soulcalibur 6 that you like, you're definitely going to get some of those tournaments here or there.
Yep, so do me a favor, Ray. I got a new challenge for you. I want you to see if you can go there and sign up quicker than somebody can get 3-0'd in this tournament. We'll be right back after this break. Thank you to everyone for your continued support for Soulcalibur. The Soulcalibur team from Bandai Namco Entertainment have launched a new Soulcalibur Online Challenge season. This year, the Soulcalibur Online Challenge has expanded to 5 regional battlegrounds across the world. If you are from any of the countries or regions listed, you can compete. This season of Soulcalibur Online Challenge will exclusively feature community events with the Dojo system. Starting from July 20th, Dojo community events can be created for each region and with custom prizes to be won for top players at the end of the season. For this season of Soulcalibur Online Challenge, all upcoming Dojo events must be registered through the new Soulcalibur Tournament portal. All the information you need to know about the new season is available at scworldtour.com. Go to scworldtour.com later today to begin signing up and competing in the Soulcalibur Online Challenge 2021 season. Okay, cool. So that break was longer than any of the 3-0s. I'm not gonna hold you. It wasn't too crazy, but welcome back, all right, to the Soulcalibur Open Series monthly finals for July. All right, this is the North America side of things. We saw Kiev take it in dominating fashion earlier today on the European side of things, and yeah, he passed it forward. I guess the NA competitors must have seen what happened at the end of that tournament and said, all right, we got you, bro, as we've had nothing but a clean sweep across the board. 3-0s up and down. I don't know what's happening anymore. Crack and Slide Tiger going at it off stream in the lower bracket. Maybe they can cause a rift in the timeline, but we have YoshimitsuVI versus Mindwolf. And then Xephukai going up against, I already forgot the top of my head.
It's trash.
Trash, yes. See,
Yeah.
I am trash and so are you.
And
all right?
so
I'm going
are
to say
you.
the whole name every time, like a Tribe Called Quest, because I just love it. All right? And just calling somebody trash is still just unironically. It's not right. But before we get to there, yeah, we got the upper half, right? This is my favorite part of the show, actually. It's when we start getting the viewers involved. And these polls come out. I want to know who you got, man. YoshimitsuVI or Mindwolf? Up against anybody not named Zeph. You know where my money is always. This is how I feel. Or depending on watching the event. And since we got nothing, we didn't really get any data. Everything is 3-0, just domination. So
Yeah.
82%, going with what's been putting in the worst all the time. I get it. I get it. I would feel as confident as too, but I don't know, man. Give me 2 games, all right? I just give me 2 games. I know that sounds crazy because they can be up 2-0. Then it's like, well, that's not really a prediction now, is it? But look, trust me, all right? As long as it's not 1-1, we kind of know what's gonna happen.
Now I'm really trying to think back as hard as I can, and I cannot remember when these two last played versus each other. Now, honestly, it could have been just very recent, and I'm forgetting. But that would be a factor, because normally I would remember, how these two try to like play versus each other if they played versus each other a lot. But I feel like it's been kind of minuscule, and if that's the case, we could be seeing some new stuff here. I could just be forgetting, don't get me wrong, but I would be excited to see some new adaptations come out simply if these two haven't played too much.
All right. I'm more for pattern and consistency and things like that. Like, that makes me happy. So if the whole bracket just said 3-0 the whole way, I would thoroughly enjoy that, no matter who was taking the W. So as we get into it, the players, the only people who actually have to worry about that as they command the performances that will get them paid or not. Getting that side throw, beautiful stuff, no tech from YoshimitsuVI early on, and Mindwolf trying to fight from behind. Stun.
Ooh, okay, decided to leave him standing. Didn't actually end up going to put him as close to the ledge as possible. It's an interesting choice by YoshimitsuVI. Might come back to haunt him, but gets the wall rising. No full confirmed. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, easy combo drop. Not enough to get the ring out in this situation. Ducks under, stops the meter usage, trying to extend the string and gain a little more properties on that. Nothing doing. Round 1 going to Mindwolf. Oh, a little wiggle.
One of Keelik's favorite moves right there, wall rising B. And you will see that move used by every Keelik, and more times than you can count. But yeah, there's that back turn K, and that is punishable on block. However, just opted to go for the throw mix-up, which, I mean, to be fair, probably is way more damage.
Yes, swinging. Big stick, little stick. Does not matter. Going up top, going down low, hell sweep. Super effective. Oh, man, this is spreading the fluids again. Come on, Yoshi, man. I don't know what the obsession is there. Nice blocks. Another throw.
What? And low throw, but the
beautiful tech.
The Brave Edge made it a combo, whereas it wouldn't have been. That's wild.
Listen, man, if you've got the resources, you got to spend it. Always. If it's going to secure the round, whatever little chunk of piece of meat or anything the game allows you to do, you need to get a just frame You need to, you know, blow a soul attack, whatever. Spend that cash to secure the bag. Always, always, always. You can worry about meter management and the like after the round you just won.
Oh no, missed the input right there. Yeah, that was actually just a combo drop. That wasn't meant to be a reset or anything. That was just an input drop there. So it's a weird input. It's like full crouch, A slide B or something. It's really odd.
Yeah, mine was gonna use that bar immediately just to not have two in the hold and being opened up to specific lethal hits. Chase him again. Watch your legs. Nice punish.
The full conversion off of it. There's the hell sweep again. That's going to be a mix-up until the end of time. It'll never stop. But wake up throw. So that was one of those situations where Mindwolf was back turn, right? So you try to guard because you're expecting back turn K, and then he goes for throw and it mixes you.
Yeah, that's a real man. Wake up, grab is the real man's move. You just do it. And this is bullying of the highest degree. Didn't have an ounce of space to go. High, low, left, right, 3D, 8-way, all the axes were unavailable to YoshimitsuVI in that sequence. And he had to watch Keeling just have his way with them.
Yeah, and there's that immediate soul charge. He does not want to get hit by the Yoshi lethal hit. So he just uses the bar. Make sure that the lethal hit condition can exist. Oh, but now you can't guess wrong in case Mindwolf, you know, goes for any big damage. The soul charge comes out because he doesn't want to deal with the mix-up. I think it's very smart. Another one. 4 for a B. Okay, so that plus frames and the resisting pack comes out, but no punish. And again, no punish right there. He's looking for it, but no, it's just the jumping B there.
Beautiful call out from YoshimitsuVI. Not gonna die blocking, that's for sure. Didn't want to guess on sidestep or mix up. He said, okay, I can visualize this. And I'm young enough. I got these reactions, baby. I'm 19. It's nothing. Brush it off. Easy dunk. You know what's the quickest thing I can do here to kill him? Semi-panic with the jump, but you know, here comes the down button to catch him before that fully charged break attack sends me for yet another death combo.
Yeah, I can only imagine he was looking for a low mix-up and was just trying to jump over it, you know, just not wanting to take any of the damage. And then, you know, if it works out, it works out. If not, well, just got to try again later on another round, because I believe he still had a round to play with, right? So
I don't think so. I think that was the final round.
Oh, was that final round? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm wrong.
But either way it goes, though, anytime you have to say, oh, well, let me see if I'll try this later, it's probably not the best of situations to begin with, right? You know how volatile this is. And then in those subsequent rounds, you may never get the opportunity for that again, because a quick ring out can happen. You might get popped with 2 lethal hits to start the round, or Dark Keelik comes out, you're already, you know, back against the wall. There's just a lot going on. So you go for it when you can, man, and just believe in yourself. And YoshimitsuVI and his confidence is able to tie it up at 1 game apiece. Oh, excuse me. That's one. Oh, sorry. Script is still alive.
Right there.
The script is still alive.
Yeah, I was wondering what the combo was up against the wall, and Mindwolf attempted to go for knocking him into the wall, but unfortunately no dice on this one. He's gonna have to fight his way out of the ledge. But I mean, look, when you have this life lead right here, you're allowed to press any button you want, basically. Easy punish on that, nothing special. Ooh, yeah, caught the Ukemi trap right there with the Ashura dance. It's not huge damage, but it's really good. Oh, and this is the backwards monument. What timing from Mindwolf. This is starting out real hard for YoshimitsuVI. This is a little bit different than it was before, for sure.
Little stick, no jump on that. So we got the little sword, you know what I'm saying? A little sword stick, it's nothing new. Cut him up, walk on him, again, catches the sidestep. Oh, looked like it would have been a punish, but instead it's gonna cost him the round.
I'm crying. Oh. That's so unfortunate right there from YoshimitsuVI. Was unable to fully convert, did 3B, and then Mindwolf capitalized beautifully off the follow-up towards it.
Once again, sidestep into the launch, and Mindwolf just making the most of every situation afforded to him when it comes to these whip punishes. Oh, lucky Yoshi had the ring out protection. He didn't just slide off the edge.
Oh, was that -12?
Come on, baby.
Oh, it's got to be at least.
What are we talking about? This is a Keeling player doing it on block reaction. They know it's -12 or worse. They don't play. It's a hive mind, baby. That knowledge is neural. They are sharing that.
Every single one knows. I don't know what it is.
Every Keeling player, bro. The neural network, bro. They just got it.
Soul Charge out because YoshimitsuVI needs to make something happen, and quick up against the wall. This is really good. Oh, but it's off axis. Super unfortunate. Okay, Super Dragonfly is still going to work out, though.
Battle 4. Fight.
And staying alive right there. Had to use bar to get it, but I mean, it's Yoshimitsu. He'll get that bar back. He's definitely not worried.
I mean, what are we talking about here? Yeah, resources, got plenty of it.
Oh, and then the duck under. Yeah, and because he Soul Charged last round, that 3B right there is a lethal hit. That's the condition. Oh, was that resist impact? Oh, no, it was just...
It was
okay, it was
not.
back turn K. It was back turn K.
But it doesn't matter. You can still get the offense going, that distance, the charge still activating, losing health or not, and elects to slow it down and regain some of that health, which allows him to survive this.
Oh, and try to go for the mid mix-up, but Mindwolf staying on the ground, just rolling away, not trying to have to deal with the Okazemi, none of the mix-up, dealing with it, and we are now one apiece.
Yeah, round two was it hit just a bit differently, right? I respect that. I'm just looking at the lower end of the bracket for my satisfaction, right? I need to know what happened down there if Sly Tiger took it 3-0 over a crack, or if there was, you know, something else. I don't really have the score on deck just yet. We'll get to that later. I'm just anticipating, as this is now tied up at 1 game apiece, we take a shift in the climate. The closer we get, the more competitive the matches are. And very important match here. This guarantees a spot in the upper bracket final, which means that you cannot finish any less than 3rd place guaranteed. So it's a minimum of $200 on the line in these 2 upper bracket semifinal matches. So you love to see it, right? This could be the difference between 3rd and 5th, which is just gonna miss payout potential.
Well, all right. So KPI, I have a very important question for you.
Yes.
It has been 2 games. How are you feeling now?
Okay,
You asked for 2
I
games.
feel much more comfortable, right? I don't feel like one of these players is gonna explode and just get washed. So the predictions are out the window. I don't know what's gonna happen. I love to see the shift. Granted, you know, as any organizer or production, people would love to see 3-0s across the board anywhere. And I'm with them on that. I do love to see it go down to last game, last round, because there's so much talent in the Open Series, and you know, the opportunity for them to get better is why we're here in the first place.
Well, okay. There's another sidestep on the 3B. I feel like that move has been pretty much ineffectual versus Mindwolf so far. He just knows when it's gonna happen. The 3B. Trying to chase the roll down up against the wall. That's gonna hurt. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna do more than hurt.
Yeah, and it's perfect setup too, because you want that wall and a 2-hit kill condition to get your resplat and then the easy ring out follow-up that, you know, everybody has on deck.
Now you just gotta hope your opponent doesn't use it against you like this.
There you go. And there it is. Oh no! I mean, but that damage, I mean, did it really make a difference? Yoshi, please.
It effectively run Mindwolf out, as far as I'm concerned, with that damage. And then there it is again. Yeah, the game. Yo! Off-axis combat roll? That was so interesting. So, however the combat roll hit on the axis, it forced it to turn around, and he actually did not get full combo off of it, allowing for Mindwolf to get up and start an offense instead.
Listen, man, I'll tell you, we got to talk to the ring out patrol today, man. There's just been some very questionable things that may have prevented the rounds ending for certain people. But YoshimitsuVI, not to be bothered, super composed. Anything that's out of his hands is not affecting his gameplay in the slightest. He's now up 2 games to 1. I mean, what is happening out here? Is the new sheriff? You know what? He looked at the stats. He said, I have this, and that. But in the monthly finals win column, I have a 0. Right? I haven't taken home a first place yet. Maybe, just maybe today, it's his time. And time to change the status quo of what we've been used to.
Yeah, I mean, it's again one of the reasons why I was so curious as to if these two have played versus each other within Open Series at all, because I needed to know whether or not this was something Mindwolf had an inkling of an idea to do, because I feel like when it comes to YoshimitsuVI versus someone that he's never played before, he does incredibly well. He is really, really strong at the fundamental game, and Mindwolf, in my opinion, is very strong at the mental game when he understands how you operate, right? If you're not running into a player that you understand and you're a mental player, it can be very difficult at the very beginning.
All right, well, we'll see how that difficulty spikes throughout the entirety of the set, continuing. Yoshimitsu sitting on that set point in actuality, and Mindwolf just coming out as if this is the first game, right? No stress. I'm not playing overly aggressive or anything like that. Just finding my openings and taking them as they come. Big whiff from both players, not able to get any whiff punishes, and nice punish right there. Mindwolf gonna continuously go to those quick lows and special lows, right, to try to close it out, because the toe tap is really all that's needed to shut down round one.
Yeah, the defense was pretty strong for a while up until, you know, the very last moment. So Mindwolf going to be taking that round, though. And he's catching timings left and right. He's even got the hit there. Yeah, that move is -12. So, but the problem was right there, it was unpunishable from YoshimitsuVI because of the distance.
It's so silly. Anyway, wow.
Yeah, the wiggle stick,
low.
it's super weird looking.
Yeah, of course. And hell sweep again. Wow, we hadn't seen that option in quite a bit. YoshimitsuVI saving it until he needs it most, being down 2 rounds here, trying to make the most of this 4th game. Would much rather not go to a decisive game 5, but Dark Helix may have something to say about this.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's got to make a comeback from here. Luckily, he's got 2 rounds to work with, so, you know, losing that Dark Helix is not such a gigantic issue.
No.
Now, YoshimitsuVI, though, really needs that so he can just keep this going. Doesn't want to have to deal with fighting the champ for another 2 rounds.
Ooh, we're going with the low option this time. Yeah, trying to play the spacing game. Beautiful sidestep to get it started.
Is that death?
Spin a little bar for the
Okay.
extension. Oh, I'm surprised he didn't get the wall there.
That was almost a ring out. If he was like slightly over to the left, that was actually just a straight up ring out. That's why I was wondering if it was death. But side throw, gonna finish it off on that one, and we have gotten to said definitive game 5. KP.
How did he get his back on the pole like that? And like when he did the twirl, like I'm trying to see how the bones like the.
You gotta take some classes, bro. You gotta take some classes.
Yeah, I ain't trying to take no classes, man. Keely gonna break my joints regardless if I ever got in a situation where I was facing a master of like a bow staff. You got it, bro. But yeah, 2-2 went from walk in the park round 1s to high drama early on in round 2. And again, this is a $200 match differential minimum. Yes. Because the person in the, you know, on each side can keep going and win the tournament. But this guarantees you at least 3rd place if you're able to secure a win in the semifinals. And wow, the back and forth is insane. YoshimitsuVI stepping up to the plate. Again, he has a bunch of these clearly he can hang moments. And it's never really free. But to end up on the losing end of those every single time has to strike just a jolt into the confidence. Like, man, like I just haven't done it yet.
Well, I mean, you're gonna have to keep that confidence going right now, as this is it. This is your upper bracket life right here to try and get that $200 differential, or at least be solidified for it anyway. And the back turn K gets blocked, free punish right there from YoshimitsuVI, and not gonna be able to get a punish on that. And you know, I've noticed that Mindwolf has not exactly been punishing certain things that have a higher number of punish rate. Like that 4KB right there was... oh wait, no, he blocked it, not whiffed, sorry. Never mind.
Well, listen, blocking doesn't do damage, and YoshimitsuVI is like, you know what? It's time to hurt some people, all right? You can't punish me on hit. I don't think I have any of those moves in my arsenal. Wake up, rising knee, taking him to the sky is good mix. Gets a stun. Ah, the drop. What's on the other side? $300 at the end of this rainbow if you can at least turn up and get this W, all right? Big Whip tries to go into the flight to see if it would continue with the mix-up, but Mindwolf not letting him get away with that. And another wake up the knee. Just taking it every single time. While rising, I'm on that.
Yeah, that Shining Wizard has been just paying off so many
get your
dividends
meaties
right
up. Get your meaties up.
Definitely required at this point.
Oh!
Jumping over it, that was such a good use of the move. And right there, yeah, he tried to step just in case it was 3BB, but I think YoshimitsuVI knew that like every other time it had been too much, right? Up against the wall, big damage. Wow, off axis, so it didn't connect, and the reverse slide is going to be an easy punish.
Yeah,
and what was such a difficult match to call at first became such a really fast ender.
That was 3 rounds?
Yeah, straight.
Okay.
Was that 6 straight, actually?
Okay, listen, man. Yoshimitsu 6 with that W has already claimed his best performance ever in the Open Series. The highest place that he had was 4th throughout the entirety of this. And today he's gonna go home. Well, stay home. He's gonna turn his PlayStation off with no less than 3rd place, right? And $200 to the name.
He's still got some people to fight. You know,
So,
I know he's hungry. I don't think he's looking to turn his PS4 off
absolutely.
yet.
You know, it's one of those things where they'll tell you to act like you've been here before, right? But there's no way for you to know what it's like in a place you've never been. You know, you might see it, you feel a way, but everybody's approach is different. So Yoshimitsu 6, it'll be great to see him now in an upper bracket finals situation to see how he handles it. And he could arguably be going up against the toughest test ever if Xephukai pulls through, if that train of terror continues, excuse me. And I'm super excited to see it. Congratulations to him. You really just played this as smooth as possible. And in game 5, man, just a no round, 3-zip, donuts on the board, 30-second work. It's Yoshimitsu strikes again.
Yeah, you know, definitely a well-deserved win, especially on those last 2 rounds where it became a lot more in his favor. And you know, one big read on that one. Yoshimitsu 6 is our first upper bracket finalist, and then up next it's going to be Xephukai and Trash. And yes, KP,
yes,
you did read that correctly. It is 3 O's across the board for all of the first round.
I'm telling you, man.
Upper or lower bracket.
I can feel it. So I can just feel it sometimes. It's in the air. We're coming up next. It's going to be Xephukai and Trash from the other end of the upper bracket. Man, if we get another 3-2, that would be great. See, Zeph is so controlled, and I don't mean this in an insulting way, basic in the Sophie approach, right? Because that's kind of what the character does, right?
Yeah.
So why not play to its absolute strengths? If you're super strong at that gameplay and you get a super strong character with that same style, hello? Like, it goes without saying. But Trash is an absolute monster who doesn't abide by any of the traditional rules of fighting games, right? He's just out here, doesn't care, gonna mash, gonna do random CEs, gonna wake up, gonna jump all over you. It just feels like Taki madness, right? And that's not too far off from what we see on the EU side of things with Rufus as well. There's just something about these Taki players in the Open Series who just refuse to be conditioned by anything.
Yeah, no, I think Trash is like a Lord of Chaos, just straight up. It completely embraces violence, and that's the strength of Trash, right? Is the chaos and the scramble and how strong he exudes in the scramble. But that's where the control that you're talking about is important, because if Trash can't, you know, get into that scramble that he's so strong at, what happens then? You know, like, how strong are you up close and personal? How strong are you when somebody has you on the tightrope? That is always the question, right? And that's kind of what separates, you know, strength in player tiers, if you will.
Okay, I can see that. I, for one, am more of a fan of the controlled, aspect of things.
It's totally fair.
So, just in fighting games, that is. You know, it can be chaotic in other spaces, but for whatever reason, man, I just love a good defensive wall. Somebody, you know, the fundamental type, you know, Tim Duncan, you know what I'm saying? I'm all about that. Kawhi Leonard, you feel me? Just give me my versatility, and it doesn't have to be flashy. Just let me know you do the damn thing, and that's what Zeph does. But right now, Trash all over him as he starts to fight back and even up the life. Wow, it caught her on the outside? You just knew?
Got the big hit right
That's
there.
dead.
You're kind of close to the wall.
Yeah, you're
Let's get
dead.
it? Okay.
Okay, Trash. Drawing first blood. Get a little camera shake right there. You see, bro, that was weird. The ring out police, they're just wilding all day. That probably wasn't supposed to be a ring out, but, you know, the Caliber stage guys just thought it was time. Beautiful sidestep.
Yeah, Trash is showing such strong composure and being able to catch a lot of Xephukai's timings, honestly. You know, normally Xephukai is like really, really strong at the disrespect, but I think Trash is trying to take advantage of that.
Yeah, and not for nothing, Trash's defense is exceptional right now. Blocking everything, big punish, easy, and that's an easy clap right there. 2 straight rounds for Trash, and wait a minute.
It's a real good start, and I mean, Xephukai being unable to disrespect is actually taking away a lot of damage, and he's pretty much never getting started even. I mean, he's got 2 bars. That's one way to maybe make something happen for sure, force your way in with that, but if I know Zev, he's definitely looking to make it so that he can get enough information on his opponent so that he doesn't need Soul Charge to get started.
Yeah, well, gets the big launch here. That's some hefty damage off a 3-hit. Looks to repeat the exact same scenario. This time, Trash blocking. So expect the throw coming in soon, if not another launch. But there's a throw right after. Blocks some time in here because I see Edie caught him pressing the button. The Trash special. He's going to steal the game with this.
And that would be 3 rounds straight, and I believe that would be Xephukai's first loss of, well, anything here in PlayStation. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. That okay. Let's keep it going, baby. Let's keep it going.
No, I think it's really important to note that Trash is taking away the disrespectability from Xephukai, because normally he takes turns where you shouldn't be taking turns at all, and Xephukai maximizes that, and like Trash is somebody who also kind of does that because he's just gonna disrespect you anyway. That's not part of the control. He's just doing it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, big call out there with the CE, looking for anything, movement, button, whatever. Clearly, he's had like 4 or 5 of them blocked in the previous set, and like straight up does not care. Continues to go to it if it works. Hey, look, I had 2 rounds to give and some health. I think I would have survived the punish because Zeph didn't have the meter to run off a CE of his own, but yeah, now we're seeing aggression out the gate now. There goes the GIs. Here goes the sidesteps in your face. Heavy offense, the grab. And yeah, Zeph has got the memo. He understands that Trash is here. Oh, just a little bit of assassination. You love to see it, but that slash, that A just to the face, horizontal neck chop. Ugh, so visceral.
I think that's a super good point that like Xephukai kind of got the memo, because maybe he approached the first match as like, oh, you know, this guy's, you know, he likes to be so like violent and chaotic and press buttons all the time that I need to defend a little bit more until he hangs himself. And you know, maybe that's actually how Trash stops you, is that you're too afraid of him, you respect him too much.
That combo was beautiful and it made me happy. Going against swift kicks. Oh, step in, step out. Whip punish. Oh, yeah, he's getting all the layers now, but runs into the launcher. Trash not looking to be outdone. Layering his offense as well. Taking it to the skies. Getting caught a little bit on the run counter. Trying to force a break attack in there and nothing doing. Small hits, 1 at a time, just to control the temp, keep him on his toes, and mix up. While it may not do the most, all of that just bam, you know, 20 damage here, bam, 15 here. Like, that all adds up.
Yeah, just a couple of A's here or there. Xephukai getting back to that control situation, just taking steps and stopping Trash from stepping even, or at least, you know, stopping the disrespect. Because, yeah, look at that. Just get that right back. Caught the step again, up against the wall. Soul attack. And, yeah, I was looking for a soul charge, but not going to matter right there. With that amount of life lead, Xephukai is going to become completely okay with disrespecting and not worried about any sort of punish on the disrespect at all. Because you punish one disrespect, all right, I can do a couple more. I've got almost a full life bar. It's not a big deal to me.
Yeah, you see how quick those 3 rounds were? Right back at you. If this is the game you want to play, high octane pace where you just need to trust your reads, and that's what we're getting at because there's not enough sequences for download opportunity or pattern searching. I'm not sure Sophie's the character you want to do that with. You know, small hits here and there, they hurt, right? And her launch is going to be bam, 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 3-hit combo, and you're going to lose like 20% of your health. It's not imperative that you force hard on that strategy, but again, Trash guy here playing the way they want to, so I don't see a reason to change it. 1-1. Let's see if anything differs from the first 2 rounds, where each of our contestants were in massive control.
So right here on my favorite stage, gonna have a lot of room to play with here and a couple of different mechanics, but up against the ledge is Xephukai right now, and Trash is probably gonna, want to keep him there.
Bow! Seal to your back. Bow! Here's another one. 2 of them things.
The stalker right there, that's gonna whip, but oh wow, just she crouched for maybe a quarter of a frame, and that was just enough to be able to duck under the K, which is a high.
Man, can we talk about how ambitious this was? Like, Zeph definitely tried to go and meet her in the air. Like, what are you doing, bro? All right, bro, like, I know you're good at the game. Chill. Like,
Yeah, that could be something that Zeph has studied. Maybe that's like an optimal thing to do for Sophia, because I mean, Taki is not a stranger of a character to Xephukai. There's many in America that he's run up against.
Yeah, perfect spacing, gets the juggle here. Looking for an opportunity, one touch for Trash, and yeah, that's gonna be a true combo.
So now Xephukai gotta make this comeback right here. But another A6 lethal. I feel like Trash has gotten one every round. And that's the, oh no, missed the seal. So that means you're not gonna get the lethal hit.
I mean, I don't think he needs it. Running off another 3-round straight performance is Trash, and just when you thought High Octane isn't exactly what he wanted, it's his domain. This is exactly where he's at his best.
Tried to take the turn right back, and then Xephukai knew, because that was the situation that had happened earlier. Gonna go for the unblockable setup and no tech on that. Unfortunately, gonna lose so much life for this. Soul Charge comes out from Trash. Try to make something happen. Great duck under the projectile though, and the 668 to be able to stop you from mounting any offense.
Wow, looking like a runaway fight for Trash. Zeph gets the one opening and then fires back with another lethal hit to stop. Oh, so much damage, almost down to half health.
Yeah, an amazing start there for Xephukai. That's exactly what he needs. Okay, GI trying to push him as close to the ledge with the lethal hit as possible, because that would have rung out if it connected, but...
Yeah, and I think everybody in the building knew that, so great call out. Here's another opportunity for a pixelated comeback. Oh. And yeah, not even close. Kick to the back of the legs, like it's calf kick. It's gonna drop you down in that situation. And run up throw, very, very bold from Trash. And again, fishing for these lethal hits. Oh, right back at you, yes.
And the low has not been shown from Trash just yet on the run-up, so Xephukai's just completely content with standing there and blocking. And, you know, both of them having full meter on attack. What a beautiful whiff punish there, too. Yeah, see, there it is. No low. It takes the turn back. Okay, big damage on this.
Yep. Caught him pressing. And still has one more in the hole, so you have to expect Xephukai to look for it. Any opportunity that he thinks is his turn is definitely going to be the turn of Trash.
Yeah, try to get that A6 lethal hit like he was getting before. The jump over is not going to connect. Xephukai is pushing the advantage as much as possible right now. Great throw attack. Okay, Stalker.
Oh, that's a punish.
There it is.
Yes. That was beautiful to get ducked under immediately and catch the whiff. He knew that anything that had a gap in between was bait to steal a turn with the CE. So you saw it was all quick attacks, right? The 2K, 2A here or there. Just everything to check. And once the opportunity showed for Sophie to get hers off, run under CE, pack it up. That was so smart to stay out of situations where a quote-unquote random CE could be the death of you. You want to minimize that play as much as possible.
Welcome to the stage.
Yeah, no, real good reactions on that. You know, even waited for the Stalker after the 3V, because Taki does not have to do the jump, right? She doesn't have to do Stalker. She doesn't have to do all that. She can just 3V and block. And usually that's the mix-up. Is she gonna do this? Well, if so, I can punish it if I react to the fact that she jumped, or, if she doesn't do it, I need to punish the 3B immediately kind of deal. And so that can be the hard 50-50, but Xephukai just waited, thought Stalker was maybe gonna be it. Even if he didn't think Stalker was gonna be it, what matters is that he reacted to the fact that Stalker came out and CE'd as quickly as he possibly could.
All right, well, let's get into it here. Already immediately off the board. No 3-0s in this one. 2-1 in favor of Xephukai. We could be going to another game 5 if Trash keeps this up. Definitely wholly capable of sending this as far as humanly possible. It's just, all right, if this is what you want to do, you want to play dangerous games near the ledge, I got you. Lethal hit, wake up. Wasn't the cleanest of juggles, but was able to get some premium damage there. Yeah, I got you. You touched on that earlier. Talk to him.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not the Soul Charge version, so it's not nearly as much damage, but it's still gonna do a ton. Like, if you get the Soul Charge version of that, I'm pretty sure it's at least a critical edge's worth of damage. It is a lot. Gonna be able to get the knockdown here. True combo on this one. Trash fighting a little bit stronger right here. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know the frame data on that one, so I don't know if that was even punishable.
Got to get a Keely player in here and give him Dark Keely. Go find all the answers we ever need. All right, Adel step up, trying to get a launch. Put her up there in the bamboo.
Beautiful block, but no ability to punish due to the spacing. Unfortunate for Xephukai, but Trash is going to love that because it means he gets out. And oh my goodness, the throws have just been getting tagged over and over, and Trash still not able to get the low on this. Another front escape. Oh, and there it is.
Ooh.
Yeah. Get this combo as long as you can. Maybe you'll be able to time him out.
Oh no! And steals it with 1
Xephukai's got the
second
life lead
on the
now.
clock.
Oh my goodness, Will, he gets it just in time!
You love to see it, baby. You love to see it. You want to fight. Nobody wanted to spend the resources to stop the clock. Trash was like, all right, bro. Oh, you took it back with 2 seconds. My turn. Watch this shamalix up.
Oh man, what a clutch mid on that one from Trash. Watching the clock. Didn't even need to use the soul charge too, so he keeps it for this round or even the next if needed.
And shout out to the sound design on the team. The way the clock ticks in the finals like the Soulcalibur is so intense. Like, there's no way you can miss it. You get right in there, you start slugging, and yeah, you secure the round, and Zeph just answers. I mean, that's an Iverson-like answer right there. Like, he just dropped 40 on him in that round. It was free. And continuing exactly where he left off, trying to close this series out at 3-1 is Zeph. But Trash, what do you have left in the tank? Upper bracket life on the line, guaranteed 3rd place minimum on the line, $200 as well. We need to pull out all the stops right here.
I know earlier I was talking about Trash being the only Taki I've ever seen not allergic to meter, but now it seems like he's back to being allergic to meter. Because he hasn't tried to use Soul Charge to get out of anything just about, and I mean, Xephukai now has all the pressure in the world, especially with the Soul Charge on. Here it comes, just gonna get the blow back, and you gotta deal with the Twin Angel step. He got him! Big damage!
That's gonna hurt.
Goodness, yeah, the pressure is on. Just goes for the seals to keep himself safe, and caught the back step right there with the possession.
Still has another bar of meter to form that offense one more time at the highest potency, if necessary, but instead getting caught with the big whips here, trying to do too much. A lot of horizontals coming out, but Zeph just playing it safe, just not falling for any lows. Finally gets opened up on the throw, takes it in the wrong direction. And don't get up. I don't think so, Taki. That's not how that works. Wild Rising.
It's one of the first times he hasn't teched properly. The A6 is going to connect just too far away for the ring out, at the very least for Xephukai's sake. So now he does have 2 bars though. The throw, Heaven's Arches. Just barely. One more mix-up right here. Soul attack to get the frames. And oh, wait, hold up. Caught him out of the air. One more mix-up here. And the interrupt from Xephukai to stay alive.
Yeah,
and not only stay alive, but take the game.
Yo, imagine you had everything going your way, and then somebody just goes, boop. So straight up, just, oh, wait, I know there's a gap here, sir. Boop. That is championship level poise, championship level knowledge from Xephukai in that situation. I mean, granted, he was the one that was up, right, in the set 2-1. However, that was a very, very, like, if Trash wins that, he can easily steal round 1 of game 5 and it just gets out of hand and you just can't come back because of the momentum shift. Just overwhelming with the offense, but Zeph not coming off of anything. No panic, no stress, no sweat, no worry. And wow, just got the gap. I don't know if he was looking for it in particular, but whatever it was, he was able to react and just slow down all the progress in one fell swoop. Beautiful rounds from Trash here. I don't know how that kick whiffed, man. That's kind of insane, but out here in this snowy tundra, a little bit of everything just working.
Yeah, and I mean, that's kind of just the claim to fame for Xephukai. Like, everything was just working, and that's because, you know, he's picking and choosing his spots really well. He plays a very solid game plan at all times, and he's willing to mix up on reaction when he needs to do. And so yeah, again, that Stalker CE was so important right there, because I mean, that match could have gone any other way, whether if that Stalker had not been punished. So I mean, that was a super important turning point. And this one right here, the jump messing up the situation for Trash to make it so that he had to kind of, you know, freestyle what his mix-up was going to be, making it so that Xephukai could I'm just going to poke out, I'm going to get out of here, and now I am in upper bracket finals versus Yoshimitsu 6.
With that being said, I want you to take a look at that bottom half and see what happened in the lower fifths.
No!
Slight Tiger, yes, has taken Mindwolf out. 5th place, one of the earliest exits we've seen in a long time, maybe all year from Mindwolf. And Slide Tiger continues on. Championship hope still alive, looking to become the NA frontrunner with 3 titles under his belt for 2021 if he's able to take this. But Trash and Enigmaticks, They're going to be going at it down there as we wait to get everything settled. It's going to be Taki. It's going to be 2B. It's going to be madness. And you need to create some of your own. We won't catch that one, but you can head on over to compete.playstation.com to sign up for future tournaments, right? We'll be back here with September. The August tournaments are going on after this, after the final today. Make sure you tune in every week. Get some points, qualify, make your way through the monthly final broadcast, and you make that top 8, and we'll see you then. But with that being said, you can't do it if you aren't signed up. So take this last break of the day. Sign up. All right? Sign up. We'll be back. Thank you to everyone for your continued support for Soulcalibur. The Soulcalibur team from Bandai Namco Entertainment have launched a new Soulcalibur Online Challenge season. This year, the Soulcalibur Online Challenge has expanded to 5 regional battlegrounds across the world. If you are from any of the countries or regions listed, you can compete. This season of Soulcalibur Online Challenge will exclusively feature community events with the dojo system. Starting from July 20th, dojo community events can be created for each region and with custom prizes to be won for top players at the end of the season. For this season of Soulcalibur Online Challenge, all upcoming dojo events must be registered through the new Soulcalibur Tournament portal. All the information you need to know about the new season is available at scworldtour.com. Go to scworldtour.com later today to begin signing up and competing in the Soulcalibur Online Challenge 2021 season.
I hope you got whatever snacks or water you need, because that was the last break of the day as we're getting ready to close out the rest of this Soulcalibur 6 bracket.
I just need my hair to behave for like this last run, and we'll be fine. All right, it's already tough walking outside. You know, just 2 steps in Florida, and humidity is like, let me get that. But with that being said, you don't have to walk 2 steps from the most comfortable place in your home that allows you to compete at these events, allowing YoshimitsuVI and Xephukai to sit firmly in the upper bracket finals. That's going to be no less than 3rd place for them and $200 in the pocket. Sly Tiger moving into the money, sitting there in the loser's semi-final game and lower bracket, excuse me. And while the other one's going on, we're going to go back up top and settle this. It's YoshimitsuVI, his best performance thus far in any of the Open Series monthly finals. And he's going up against the man, the Terror, who has come to take this over with an iron fist and not let it go.
Yeah, and this is, since the very first year of Soulcalibur 6 Open Series, the first time that we have not seen either Sly Tiger or Mindwolf in the upper bracket final. It has always been one of them has been there, I think, post year 1, right into year 2, right?
Yep, 2021.
And then now, completely different. And neither of them are here. It's Xephukai, it's YoshimitsuVI. And that's kind of what we were talking about a little bit a while ago, right? Was that we talked about the Mindwolf story, about how you start entering, you know, you get gradually better as it goes on, and then you solidify top 3. YoshimitsuVI has finally broken that wall.
Yeah, it's time.
And it may very well be time. He is going up against Xephukai, and the reason why I'm super psyched about this is because YoshimitsuVI has fought some of the strongest players in North America before and actually beaten them. One of his breakout performances after he joined the Open Series, he went over to NLBC, and he actually ended up putting Ender's J into lower bracket. Now, Ender's J at the time was considered to be maybe the best player in New York. Like, that was a serious loss, right? That was a crazy good win for YoshimitsuVI. And the makings are all there, is what I'm trying to say, to be able to fight Xephukai toe-to-toe. Now, the question is whether you'll be able to actually fight the god himself toe-to-toe and not on paper.
Yeah, you know, just fighting games, things just kind of irk me. You know, it's definitely, you know, this, for the PlayStation Series, we're here, it's the lower bracket. All right, cool. But at NLBC, it's the losers bracket. And I'm going to get that out, and that's behind me now. It's all great. Yes, YoshimitsuVI, Xephukai. This is the matchup that if you looked at everything on paper, no matter where, it's like, what would be an interesting mismatch up? Not mismatch in terms of them, but if you can just move the bracket around and get something that you wanted to see, that would likely be the most popular of matches early, just to get out the way. And like, wow, I wonder how Yoshimitsu would stack up against Zeph. So now we have it with a little bit something extra on the line. And Yoshimitsu's playing at his best thus far in these Open Series. So I'd love to see it. A chink in the armor has been revealed. You know, Zeph dropped a game.
It finally happened. It turns out, yes, Xephukai can lose at least 8 games.
Singular 1 game. Yeah. So with that being said, we don't know if it was because Crack was just too much out the gate early. Obviously, that type of gameplay isn't long, like it doesn't sustain long enough to break a Zeph out. But YoshimitsuVI also plays extremely solid and doesn't take more of like the big risks. If Sophie is the character that Zeph would go to for Yoshimitsu, then we'd get, you know, a very solid, like, wow, you watch one of these matches and you just understand greatness. However, if my memory doesn't serve me wrong, in the Evil Side tournaments against Yoshimitsu's, Zeph went with X. So there's a chance that we get a Xianghua sighting, which is extremely rare for the Open Series, neither European or the North American side. And I'm just interested to see how it starts, because the thing about Xephukai, which separates him from everybody else here in the top, he's the only one who's coming with multiple characters ready for the situation, and they all look as good as each other regardless of who he's going up against.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that X hasn't really shown up in Open Series a long time. We used to have one X that did show up year 1 of Open Series, and they were one of the many wolves that we had in the
Oh, boy.
bracket. Yeah, you remember
How long
when we
ago
used to
was
have,
that?
You remember when we
Oh.
used to have a bracket that had at least 3 people with the name with Wolf in their name in some way, shape, or form, whether it be Wolf,
Yeah.
Wolf, or like a misspelling or something like that. Yeah, that was
Woo.
back then. We had one X player, and we haven't seen very many of them since. A character, the character variety in this game is like so varied that it's really hard to see a lot of repeats in the first place. And, we only really are seeing a couple of different repeats, right? Like, between EU and NA, we saw the repeats are Sophie and Talon.
Yeah.
And I think that might be it.
Yeah.
That may very well actually just be the whole thing. Oh, it's Taki. Excuse me, Taki, because of Rufus.
Yeah.
Which is
I mean-
probably the weirdest one, because that character is definitely not popular.
Yeah, it's harder to think of characters that we haven't seen, in all honesty. I mean, and I'm talking like all time. I mean, like recently, like the past 2 or 3.
Maru?
Like, he's the only one that I think we haven't seen in like the past 3 months. Because we've seen
I want to check
Astaroth.
now.
We've seen every. We'll look at the character select screen and we'll play our little game, amongst each other to try to find it. But I'm pretty sure that Haomaru is the only character we haven't seen. Oh, and Mitsu.
Matsurugi, that's right. Yeah.
That's
No,
it.
you're 100% correct. I don't think I've seen that character at all open series, either whether it be EU or NA.
Yeah, so just for, transparency's sake and just like the, keep it real, Zeph is here. He is on the way. One of the benefits of doing tournaments out of your own home is that you have access to, every room that builds up, that makes a home. And, he was using one in specific that it slowed down his progress in the main menu just a little bit. So it shouldn't be the biggest of deals. Mom Spaghetti, if you catch my drift, y'all know what time it is. And we know it's not affecting him in that way because this is Xephukai. Like, he's been on the biggest of stages for both Soulcalibur 5 and 6. Even dating back, he won MLG. Was it Anaheim or was it Columbus? It was Raleigh. It was neither of those. We won MLG Raleigh in North Carolina in 2012. For Soulcalibur 5. So we're talking almost 10 years to the anniversary of a major that he considered one of his biggest gaming achievements in life. So when we talk about putting in the work, and I look at somebody like a Yoshimitsu 6 who's only 19, right? That's that generational gap I'm talking about. It's not just the age, it's how long you've been playing, right? Because some people have family setups where you had an older brother, cousin, friend, whatever, who really played fighting games at a competitive level or knew about that aspect, so you've been in it from the dirt, right? And then you have like the majority of people like me, I just played fighting games casually, and I didn't find out about competitive fighting games until 2012. So, to see people 17, 18, 19 like cooking, knowing that they can only get better, it's insane. So you look from the old to the new, or I mean, Zeph is still current, but with 10 years plus under the belt, I mean, what are we talking about, right? There won't be a passing of the torch here, no, not at all, but there's gonna be some lessons, you know what I'm saying? And for us on the 30 plus crew, we love to say, forget them kids, and here's a lesson in it. Oh, called out, GI back to back as X makes an appearance for Yoshi right on time.
And that's already a good start. It shows Xephukai that he's willing to go for it and not going to be able to get the ring out because it is slightly off axis. But I mean, look at the damage that's been put up. Now you're up against the wall. You got to deal with the Yoshi pressure, finish it off, and wait, what? I was going to say that was a really strong round, but I didn't realize it was a perfect.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man, when the bar is blue, baby, and it's ocean blue and it doesn't change once, you better think otherwise. Yoshimitsu 6 ready for the stage.
GI right there, and yeah, already gonna go back to it. Yeah, I think Xephukai right there preying upon what was the hand that was shown at the very beginning of the re-GI, and was just like, you won't do it a second time. The low option right here, and then just gonna finish it off with the full crouch.
Battle 3. Fight.
Fight! All right, run it up, going for the launch early on, and that wasn't even a step into, that was just a raw like 3B. Zeph trying to catch any inside approach that he just wasn't ready for. Watch your legs. Oh, scoop, you won't grab this, I'm in the air. And not just flight, the regular jumps to avoid everything as well. Knock, knock.
And it's called avoiding the puddle for a reason.
But the non-stop, the bump is staying still. I will get crazy.
All right, lethal hit on deck for YoshimitsuVI now. Yeah, the 4K comes out, but no 4KB. Didn't want to get stepped. Ooh, the crouch. And yeah, Xephukai is playing towards the timings right now. This is some of the most small caliber I've seen somebody play versus Xephukai in a while.
Oh my god, the micro duck under get. Oh, what?
It's his natural combo. Wait, does it hit the wall?
Yeah, You know what? The ring out police. We need to blow the horns. All right, you need to do your job, yo. Do your job.
Myself.
How you gonna let this G3 ranked player come in here and win tournaments? This man doesn't even play online. How do we know this Xephukai is even a real thing? All right.
I'm gonna compose myself real quick. I'm not upset. I can breathe.
All right, well, I love it. X deserves everything that comes to her because she's precious and the greatest thing that ever happened to this franchise. So, don't touch the legs of a goddess. And wow, Yoshimitsu took that personally. He is not letting Xephukai play. It's going to take one more pixel, but alive. Goes for the entirety of the string, jumping over. And one launch away. Zeph is fishing for it dangerously. 3 launches, back to back to back. 4. And finally, the punish on that one. It's not the WoW Rising one. No, it's just the raw 3B that is not safe. Oh, my goodness. Yoshimitsu 6.
Starting out with half-life taken at the very beginning, too. Gonna get the low grab here, though, is Xephukai, soul attack. And now, this is a character whose soul chart is not considered to be amazingly strong by comparison to some of the other characters that exist in the game. But when you're in this kind of situation, you need all the options you can get. Okay, front escape on this one, though. Caught the hit.
Very beautiful. Easy slices, and yeah, not going out without a fight. Oh, that's death.
Flag toss.
What is that throw animation? That's so silly.
Well, Xephukai has now lost 2 total games in the whole of his Open Series appearances. 2.
2 of them things. Oh, okay. Well, we saw in the last set against Craig, it was also the first game of the set. And then it was signed, sealed, delivered. All right, download, it's free. About to run this back, but YoshimitsuVI showing complete promise. I do like the poise. I do like the fundamental gameplay, the discipline to not overextend when something doesn't go his way. Not taking life deficits as time for panic. YoshimitsuVI is like a shining example. Like, this is the type of player I would look at and say, damn, how can I model my game off of that slightly? What can I get from him? Because whatever intangibles that people just have, he's exuding it, and it feels like you can certainly learn a lot from him, especially if you're just starting out.
Yeah, and I mean, just to talk about the previous match where, a similar set count was versus Trash, it was one of those things where I feel like Xephukai was caught off guard by the way it was, right? That didn't seem like Xephukai was caught off guard like it was versus Trash. It felt more like they were going toe-to-toe, blow for blow, and, YoshimitsuVI was able to come out on top, but there's the back throw right now, and Xephukai is pushing the mix-up harder than he did in the previous game, I feel like.
I'm trying to...
Plus frames here.
Yeah, still my turn. Beautiful side step with the regular launch, and Xephukai is still not afraid. At that maximum range, I'm not sure Yoshi can reach her for a punish, so I understand why he's going to it, trusting in his neutral. Yeah, every single time looking for the launch opportunity again, but instead we'll just take the A, B, and yeah, get that counter hit. Yeah, true combo. Let me get that. Or, no, A, actually. 3 of them things.
But knocking on the door. Open up, it's real.
I need a DMX skin now for Yoshi. Can I get a DMX mod skin for Yoshimitsu, please? Thank you. Scoop, watch your legs. Don't crouch. That down throw can be such a terrible setup situation. And again, just looking for that launch to the moon, a little too far out so he doesn't get the initial low there for the entirety of that combo.
Looking fishing for that 2-2B right there, trying to get that C because that'll finish it off. Or, probably doesn't even need it, but gonna go for it anyway.
Got it.
Yeah, I don't know if he could have killed without CE, but there's no reason not to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's safe, right? It sidesteps and it launches. It's one of the better utility moves. It has to be in the game. Like that's such a wonderful combination of properties to have, especially when it combos into CE with like no effort necessary.
You just hit that button, you're good to go. And I mean, Xephukai now up 2 rounds already, super quick. And YoshimitsuVI fighting for his life already. Okay, +2 here.
My turn.
Back up.
Called out. Yes.
You want to talk about
Just kidding.
callouts? That's one right there.
Guaranteed,
Is that
baby.
close enough? Okay, yeah,
Guaranteed.
yeah. It's guaranteed because of the break attack. Get enough frames. So is it like you might not know the number of frames, and I totally understand if you don't. Is it like Zaslomel's where it's like where it's a weird number like +13, or is it just +12?
Oh, I definitely don't know the number. I just know the setup, right?
Yeah,
Even before like the frame data was like a thing for me, I knew that if you charge this and they block it, you follow up with the CE.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. It was one of those things like where you don't need to know it because that's the only thing you're gonna do after it anyway. And if you can get somebody to break that, or you do the down throw and then it's lit. So either way it goes. In those situations, I think you should always be looking for the reset, right? Because the damage is not going to kill you. They're not going to combo into the CE early and waste the scale. But if they can catch you on Kemi and you just roll into a situation where you stand up where it's already finished charging by the time you're getting up, you can't beat that. No different than a Keelik player to fire it up when Dark Keelik is active. And you get that whole break attack, and then you block this, sick, death, right?
Yeah, I was just curious for like my own study because like I Zaslamel has a very similar thing, so I was just like, ooh, I wonder if it's like the exact same or if it's just a little bit different. I'm just geeking out over here. You don't gotta pay me too much.
Whatever
money.
it is, it should be privilege, all right? It should be +800. She should be able to lend her entire moveset to it because she's precious and she's the best girl, all right? Zeph tied it up 1 game apiece. Same. It's deja vu all over again. Crack won the first game pretty handily and just looked like they had the answer, and then in game 2 it was all Zeph and it never turned back from that. So if YoshimitsuVI can make the proper adjustments, we'll see. Still playing it solid, not trying anything funny or new, just going to what they know, but it's not enough. Scoop.
I think one really important thing here specifically for YoshimitsuVI is he has been really good about stepping certain verticals that Xephukai has gotten, but he has not whiff punished any of them. And that is making or breaking a lot of the difference in damage because he's sometimes he's leaving it on the table, other times it's it's impossible to whiff punish because it's too far away or whatever. I totally understand. Wake up back kicks. Shades of Keelik.
Damn. Yeah, beautiful full combo there into the reset, continuing the damage now, pushing her towards the wall. Stands up and immediately steps back. But yeah, 2 to tango, baby. I'll follow you wherever you go just to make sure I'm in control. Not close enough.
Oh, I'm against the wall. Yeah, that's not even going to matter. Got caught by the 8AB, finishing it off here. Okay, Xephukai up 2 rounds and very quick, very similar to the first game, to be quite honest, or excuse me, second game, to be quite honest with you. And yeah, YoshimitsuVI is starting to show a level of respect that may be a bit too much, to be quite honest, because he is making love to the guard button.
Okay, crybaby, leave me alone. Don't touch me. Launch.
Yeah, command grab. Right, there's gonna be
excuse me?
Oh, this is a grappling match.
Yeah, and it scooped right out of the attack there, catching the startup frames before they became active and just sliced. It's just a lot of 6B, a lot of everything. Just 3B. Stop.
Yeah, that looks like an amateur wrestling match for sure. There was so many grapples on that one.
Yeah, I just Zeph plays with so much of the moveset that it keeps you on your toes, right? There's nothing to pick up on. It's like, okay, is she gonna do this? No, the only thing that you see in consistent like rotation are the 3B launchers. And if he's playing it at the right space, the right distance, there isn't much that Yoshi can do about that. So every time that YoshimitsuVI is afraid that the launch is coming, then he does some, stance dancing or, rolls in and, okay, I didn't really want this, or, just kidding, as our darling princess would say. It's just, it messes with you, man. And even though the damage isn't super high, X's damage when she gets the big hits is definitely it's not low. Let's just put it that way, right? It's not the best thing ever, but it's certainly not low. Nothing to scoff at. It's just constant. Are you ready? I hope you're ready. You want to reset the scenario? Okay, I can do that too. Now you put me at a distance where everything becomes more open, and anytime you give her the opportunity to just start dash dancing in your face or stance dancing, excuse me, it's just free money.
Well, I mean, possible life on the line right here for Yoshimitsu 6. Needs to make something happen. And yeah, that was the perfect response right there. That wasn't like, some guess. That's something that Xephukai definitely knows and has done before.
Follow up, guaranteed. True combo. That's a gut punch. I mean, that's cool. Now you got to watch your legs and looking for the low grab again, and then we'll just go back upstairs. It all adds up.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get a hit on the wall, which unfortunately Xephukai is smartly moving away from, things could change here. He's got another shot at it. Yeah, low grab, that's guaranteed just about every time. I actually do not think Yoshimitsu can stop that from happening if he's already committed.
Okay, easy punish this time.
Trying to play that small caliber. You can tell Yoshimitsu 6 is trying to give as much respect as possible due to the fact that he has just been unfortunately not picking a lot of the right options, and he doesn't want to give any more inches to Xephukai at this point.
And even though Zeph dropped the combo there, the second hit coming in as a reset. All right, trying to poke always when something low grab. All right, gets the back escape that time, but that's still a guess. I mean, what are you doing? It's you're putting yourself in a position that is just inescapable, and it's all bad. Scoop! Oh! Okay,
Wow.
Blue Harlem Shake.
Actually didn't tech it, so Xephukai actually took damage from that. Faked it
Nice
out,
launch.
but switching over to the Mantis.
Oh, that was a beautiful bait from Yoshimitsu to just stay outside of that grab range and get the follow-up, but then the AGI.
Yeah, the 6A plus B, such a strong AGI right here. And okay, yeah, you had 2 bars, may as well take it. And okay, Yoshimitsu 6, keeping alive, keeping composed. It's got a good amount of meter to work with, but it's still an uphill battle, especially with 2 bars on deck from Xephukai. You can already tell that 2-2B into C is coming at some point.
Unnecessary. He gets the side throw. Nothing doing there. Nice call out again. Guaranteed. It's the launch. Continuation. This is beautiful. Into the pressure. Yeah, you gotta have to pop there. Using the blast from the activation to get some freedom. And here's another opportunity for Yoshimitsu 6 showing signs of life. Chop him up. Don't commit.
Full crouch 3A though to get a little bit of extra damage for Xephukai. Got the hit. CE immediate.
It ran right into it. It ran right into it.
It's hard not to. It's such a strong move for the character. It comes out real quick. I mean, it obviously leads to the damage, as you can see, and Xephukai is going to be taking it 3-1.
Yep. Birth. No place lower than second alive. That's 3 tournaments for Xephukai and 3 grand finals appearances here in the Open Series and, the EVO's official side tournament. It's a lot going on, all right? The man has come to take over, and he only asks you to tell him whose domain this is, and currently it's looking like his only as we get into these replays. You want to break this down to what happened over this set, boss?
Yeah, well, I mean, look, you can watch Zeph throughout this entire thing. The very first game was a little bit difficult, he was getting mixed up left and right, finally got the side throw on this, and it's like, okay, all right, that was still kind of close, right? You got to keep composed. But the 2-2B is such a hard thing to deal with because, the opponent starts stepping and you're just like, well, I can't just let them step all over me. So I want to either move or press a button. And by that time, they've already inputted the launcher and you just get bodied, right? And another thing is right here, Zeph has been getting the back throw in this situation more times than I've ever seen. I do not believe back throw is guaranteed there, but I could be wrong.
Well, that follow-up is guaranteed after the forward throw from the just kidding stance there, one of them. Another scoop. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the back throw, the down throw is guaranteed, but you have an opportunity to tech it. That's what it feels like.
Well, I'm talking about the when you get the back turn throw afterwards.
No, that's guaranteed.
The down throw is 100% guaranteed. Yeah, I know that for sure.
That back throw definitely guaranteed.
Okay.
After the twist, for sure, you got to hold that.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the most I've ever seen of it. That's all.
Well, look, take a look at the second round, right? Outside of the Yoshimitsu and Mindwolf 3-2, 3-1s across the board everywhere else. Again, it's just NA. They came. It's a fashion thing. They just want the bracket to look pretty in a certain type of way as it sets up Trash versus Sly Tiger. I can't remember if I've seen this matchup before, but it's something I'm ready to see because Sly Tiger took out Mindwolf, so clearly he's firing on all cylinders. But Trash just Trash is so interesting to watch regardless of who they're playing because like you know what you're gonna get from them and it has nothing to do with like solidarity. It's like, yo bro, I don't care. It's more of Trash versus can their opponent handle what they're about to receive. And I always think that's super interesting because certain people fold under certain play styles or they don't respect it or they really can't get into that groove or why do you do this or that, and it messes with them mentally. And when you see people get broken down like that, it sucks to be them. But for the viewers, it's like, wow, forget the data, forget what's supposed to work. Mentally is another barrier that you can use to crack your opponents, and we've been seeing that all night long.
Yeah, well, I mean, if somebody cracks other people mentally, it's definitely Trash with the way that he plays. Again, Lord of Chaos, Agent of Violence. He does not care what you're doing because he wants to do the specific thing that he's doing, and he's very good at making that happen. Yeah. As well, and we've already seen that he was the very first person to take a game off Xephukai, right? So it's all there now. Sly Tiger, however, fresh off the win versus reigning NA champ Mindwolf, that's huge, right? Sly Tiger has beaten Mindwolf before. I'm not saying it's a big surprise, but to stop somebody in the doghouse is very, very important for your morale.
How do you feel about Sly Tiger's little online title saying "Go easy on me"? How you feel about that? People like this, these talent players, bro, always baiting people and oh, go easy on me, please. I don't play the most annoying character in the history of the franchise, likely. It's just one of those things that I feel like they should go into every match down around just for courtesy's sake. But
No. That's the point. Is you put that on, and your opponent is mentally guard broken from the start before they even begin. They think they got a sandbag on you, and that's what he's going for.
Yeah, I need somebody to write a book on the mental breakdown of Caliber players. Whoever's had the most success of breaking down their opponents mentally, please write it up and let me know, and put a boom mixtape in it for the pre-order. Anyway, jump in, jump out. Trying to slide and gets the wall. Here's an opportunity. This should be enough.
Yeah,
Not quite.
I was going to say, I don't know if Talon can even ring out without Soul Charge in that position. I think she actually needs Soul Charge. I could be wrong. But, because she does give access to a very large launcher in Soul Charge from that position.
Big time launch, break attack, take it to the skies. Yeah, get the easy unblockable guaranteed follow-up there. And yeah, I mean, only half health down, but again, we don't see much of a Trash just kind of floating around in possession like he loves to do because, Talon's always on him. You don't really have the space to do that. And I don't think this is a character that you want to give the ability to hit you for free when they can't block it. Somehow the tide was turned and walked around double GI baiting to control that corner, that there was no space, no air, no room to breathe. And somehow Sly Tiger steals the round and puts in that work on the guard gauge bar.
Dude, I don't know what it is today, but the wall absolutely refuses to allow people to get splat on it. I've noticed people hitting 2-2As over and over again, trying to get wall splats. Just ring out. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Trying to get wall splats, and it'll just never happen. They'll be on axis. I'm pretty sure about it. And normally I'm the guy who's like, well, they were 3/4 pixels away, so there's just no way it would ever happen in the first place. Normally I'm that guy, but like this definitely seems like it should have happened.
Yeah, absolutely. Slicing up, walking back towards this wall that seemingly hasn't come back to work from its break, just chilling right here for aesthetic reasons only. It looks like it's going to be unnecessary. Sly Tiger whittling down piece by piece, a bunch of swift case, everything mid right now. It's just working.
Yeah, and I mean, Sly Tiger actually catching Trash out of the critical edge activation, so that means, he stole one bar. Soul Charge is kind of the only way that Trash is going to be able to make a comeback here. And if not, well, he's going to get the bar back, but Sly Tiger having far more in the way of resources.
Okay, tap the legs this time, and that should be, somewhat open, at least on the defensive side when it's Sly Tiger. All of his approaches have been like mid for the most part, and now you see the lows back to back. Two of them things. Make it three, not quite. Still going for the bigger launches, but instead of sidestep swipe.
Oh, I mean, right off that lethal hit, just got so much extra advantage. We're not even just talking about health, just got to be able to move forward. And Soul Charge is out for Sly Tiger, though, and look at the damage output. and just gonna try to back off so you know they don't walk into anything. Critical Edge was meant to be in between the string, but ended up getting caught out because it does have startup and Sly Tiger with the first.
All right. I mean, listen, I just one game at a time. One game at a time. I'm really cautious when it comes to calling trash matches, like trash to proper down, and not talking about our competitors walking on thin ice with this name. And what seems like something that can get away from him with relative ease turns into a 3-round frenzy of just mix-ups that work, random CEs that pop and land, and him turning it around just as quickly as he went down. So with that being said, I'm gonna sit back. I think Trash still has an opportunity to make this closer than it could seem, but just stay off the wall. And you gotta get into possession with your mix-ups there, because that's where Trash shines. Didn't get to see too much of that in the first game.
It feels like Sly Tiger is maybe not even allowing it, right? Like possession is like, see, there's a possession, right? And Sly Tiger tried to interrupt immediately. Again, tried to interrupt immediately. So now Trash is, I think, preying upon that instead of trying to get into possession, just feinting that you're going to go into possession where you used to, and then unless it's guaranteed, just get out of there. And now see that's lending to the offense for Trash, because Sly Tiger just let that possession go completely uninterrupted, and he just got to start something. Now he's still got to deal with it. Oh, they both
Air to
took to
air?
the skies. Yeah,
Was that an air to air?
Yeah.
Wait, what am I watching? Is this Soulcalibur 6?
No, this is Rival Schools.
I got you. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, pressure. Ooh, caught out of the reversal edge before it started. It's really good for Sly Tiger, because now not only is Trash not going to get the bar for that, but he's already got the damage. 6K.
All right, nothing doing there yet. Just gonna block that. Trash fishes for that lethal hit, you know, far too many times. I think everybody in the vent can tell. They're always ready for when it comes. There's always a no break extension on the run, just to, you know, make sure conditions are met. But more of the same. Sly Tiger 2 rounds straight, and as quick as I thought I could see, you know, the makings of what would be a volatile match of high octane back and forth is just not happening. Sly Tiger all over Trash with this one, looking to be the one to ride that lower bracket momentum all the way. Oh, whew.
Yeah, she can't do it anymore. She can't do it anymore. They nerfed it. Or buffed it, I guess. It's technically a buff, right?
I know. But still,
okay.
She was so above, like, the ring counter. Tell them something.
Yeah, I mean, for those of you who don't know, the reason why KP's freaking out is because Taki used to be able to ring herself out in that situation. It's okay because they fixed it.
A long time ago.
But that used to be a big problem. People would just be like, I gotta get away. You know, I gotta get away from this, and this is my best option to get away from it. And then they ring themselves out, and
it was a bunch of uncomfortable, unfortunate situations. I've watched many of players lose a tournament match like that, and some even sets. It's demoralizing to the highest degree, and she shouldn't be able to do that. But, you know, good on me for my anxiety to see her above nothing, and then just realize that the invisible wall has got her back, right? The ring out patrol, they're here. They've been doing a little extra today, you know what I'm saying? Making sure people don't fall off stages like Nightmare, and certain people haven't been crashing into walls when it's clear they should have. You know, it's okay. The ledge patrol in total, that's what they are, the ledge patrol. They're doing a lot. They're in overtime today.
All right, well, I mean, you know, there's no ledge to patrol on this one at the very least, so
not at all.
Trash is gonna have to use that wall to his advantage if at all possible. But I mean, this is going to pay off dividends, I think, for Talon a lot of the time, because you're so close up to each other that you're always pretty much going to be in range 0, and she is super good at fighting people at range 0.
Damn, what looked like a decent turnaround is just not gonna work out. This is too much damage, too much real estate to make up in that situation. And more throws probably. There's a slice. Oh, and true assassin style.
Okay. Oh, what a step! And yeah, that's gonna get the lethal hit up against the wall too. And yeah, Trash knows it. Okay, so the wall cooperated this time.
Damn, and the reset. Suplex. One more time. Assassination. That was a perfect Taki round with everything you could ask for. Clean execution, multiple lethal hits, resets, grabs. It's just, wow. Strong round. You're going to need more. But signs of greatness coming in and a pulse finally from Trash.
Yeah, Trash is stuck in the blender right now, but this critical edge is going to get him out. This has gotten him out of dodge many a time, but he's got to have more directly after this. No Oki, but...
That damage is insane, hello?
Okay, 0 on block. What's the mix-up?
Right back at you.
Oh, tried to go for a break attack, and yeah, exactly. Just completely denied. Unable to get anything there. Doesn't want to fall for anything. Yeah. that was really good to get up when he did, because the Caltrops would have made it so that Sly Tiger would have taken a lot more damage than most characters take on a OTG. It's the wall, and Sly Tiger is just not letting Trash even attempt to go for delayed pressure. Normally a lot of people get counter hit out of delayed pressure over and over again from Trash, but no, Sly Tiger's like, okay, you're delaying, and then now you're gonna press.
Okay, that was an insane juggle / carry combo right there.
I think it was.
Yeah, it couldn't result in a wall, but one more touch. Interrupted again, and that has been the theme of Trash's night. Anybody who's been aware and has recognized when he's trying to get a little too saucy with some of these strings, interruption, easy, bang, boom, bop, pack it up. Yeah, that was kind of it didn't cost much, put it that way. I don't want to say it was 0-0-0, but it was for the low.
definitely at least a dime.
Yeah, at least.
But no, that last game in particular was the interruption game for Sly Tiger. I felt like, again, he stayed stalwart, just kind of blocked for a moment, waited for Trash to try to go for delayed pressure, and he would just counter hit Trash out of it. And that happened multiple times. I feel like that was super strong in that. The wall actually cooperating, rare footage.
Reset. Scooping in again, stand up. Empty jump, assassinate. I love that round. That's my favorite round of the whole night from any of the matches. I mean, that's great for something, but not enough elsewhere. However, Trash is not going home empty-handed. That will leave him in 4th place. This is gonna net him $100 and some shout outs. So thank you very much for signing up, Trash, man. Love to see you every time you come out. That sets up YoshimitsuVI versus Sly Tiger for your lower bracket final. This is the 3rd place game, and the loser is gonna take home $200 here.
Yeah, this is one that I'm very, very curious to see, because we talk about how YoshimitsuVI is normally a very stoic type player, right? He plays very solid. I feel like Sly Tiger is in that same vein of player archetype, right? It feels to me like a clash of the titans in terms of that. I mean, obviously Sly Tiger's playing Talum, which you know more to be up in your face and kind of going ham or whatever. But same thing with YoshimitsuVI, right? We always talk about how he just eats glue. That character just goes in, and but despite that, these two play styles of these two players are definitely more of a solid wall than they are, I'ma just do it.
I guess we'll find out. I mean, it's just one match at a time. Xephukai sitting atop the throne right now, looking down at the carnage that goes, with the luxury of having a set to give. So whoever picks it up, if Sly Tiger rides all momentum, I am a firm believer in the lower bracket run. Somebody makes the run, not from right there, like the 4th place game, but you come from, losing first, or, that second round, you're coming from the 5th place game up, and you run it through, and you play every match back to back to back to back. I think those players are exceptionally strong, at least up until the grand final, which then again, I mean, you made grands, right? What's there to complain about? I mean, second hurts, I understand, but in terms of getting through the bottom of the lower bracket, it can happen. So I got Sly Tiger in this one. I think the pace at which he's breaking down his opponents and just taking their souls continues here. And yeah, gut feeling on this one.
You know, in the inverse of that, I'm cool with taking YoshimitsuVI. Honestly, I'll shake the hand on that one for sure. I feel pretty good with that. Like, obviously, Sly Tiger absolutely has every single tool and every single thought in the brain to be able to take down YoshimitsuVI. But I'm definitely feeling today's YoshimitsuVI. You know what I mean? Today's YoshimitsuVI has been
best version we've seen thus far.
Yeah. So here we go. First game right here. We've seen a lot of this stage today, and I'm not just talking about NA. We've seen it on, you know, EU, and it is one of the newer stages that we've gotten so far. So second to newest.
Keep it in rotation. I like it. It makes me happy.
Where's the cave stage so we can make jokes about the walls moving? What happened to that? Like,
yeah, for sure. All right, let's keep it going.
I'm joking. I don't do that.
I know you don't.
Oh, wait, yeah, okay, so you saw Sly Tiger right there just tried to go for an immediate ring out. Was like, I'm not playing, I need to kill you now.
My mistake.
Yeah,
My mistake. Unhand me, you filthy
child?
shadow person. Yeah, because we don't know who you are. You're a different one every time in every game. So get this dunk right quick. That was very disrespectful. Yoshimitsu just with the spike. I don't want to deal with any of this right now.
Yeah, that was a really, really strong start from Sly Tiger, and he just kind of ran away with it as long as possible.
Excuse me, yeah, Sly Tiger. I think I said Yoshimitsu at the end of that round.
Oh, did you? See, I must have missed it too. Wait, okay, not gonna be able to ring out from that position. I was real worried for Sly Tiger's life for a moment.
Oh,
there.
hello? I was real worried there. Whiffing near the ledge, you're kind of asking to get launched, especially if somebody recognized on the first whiff, continuing to escape. But to the victor goes the advantage and the spoils on initiation. Bow, wind cannon up. Yo, so much damage. Tries to come with the exclamation point of a CE, but instead does it again. I hate it here, bro.
Well, you know, you guess right, you get a win. You guess semi wrong, and you're 0 on block. That's kind of
so
what goes for Sly Tiger right there, and it worked out
Blocked
beautifully.
it, backed up, ran up, and did it again. Who cares, bro?
Hey, you know, that put him in a game-winning situation at the very least, so.
I mean, I'm not mad at it, bro. Do whatever it takes. You won. You know, we got to hold that, regardless if you're on the controller or in the crowd, all right? I do have Sly Tiger taking this. And that felt so risky, but the hyper-aggression working out in Talon's favor, it's kind of what she does.
Bro, I am so surprised that Sly Tiger is not afraid of 2-2B in that position with Yoshi's back to the wall, because if a 2-2B comes out, that's a straight up bring out. That's just dead.
Yeah, he was just dead. Yeah, back it up.
But, I mean, not afraid, and Yoshimitsu VI was unable to land a single one, so just keep doing what you're doing, right? At that point? Yeah.
3 rounds straight. That's 1-0 in favor of the Sly one. I feel it. The momentum is just here, and nothing's going to stop him. He's going to have to run into the brick wall that is Zeph's Sophie, but then again, I don't know who Zeph would use
Welcome to the stage
against,
of history retold.
Oh no, he used Sophie against Sly Tiger the first time to open their match in the bracket. So,
yes.
Date with Destiny, one step closer to a higher purse for sure, and Sly Tiger up 1-0. Again, you back to the wall, no fear. Up close mix-ups, no fear. Interrupt, we got those. CEs on deck. If we got meter, we'll let them fly. So it's more of a confidence thing in terms of matchup, because we didn't get to see YoshimitsuVI and Sly Tiger play earlier in the bracket. So this is more of a, look, I feel good about this matchup. This is what I bring to the table. This is what I present. Can you stop this? No? Well, you're in for a long night. And I think that Sly Tiger runs away with this one.
Oh. Well, I mean, you know, I got my picks, so I hope you're wrong, of course. But yeah, see, so while that's not technically reverse slash safe, because, you know, Yoshimitsu still has to fly, so you can't exactly block, that is still a mix-up on whether or not Yoshimitsu's going to go to the kicks afterwards when he makes you block meditation kicks. So it's just something that Sly Tiger has to put the rock paper scissors game on, and if he guesses right, great. If not, then unfortunate. But 2-2B, ooh, that should be good. Yeah.
Yeah, he got a little saucy on that one, you know, with the double jump in, just trying to, hey, you're not gonna move, just trying to show him a different side of the mix-up. But YoshimitsuVI not having that, man. His young man reactions. You got me the first time. Second time, I can't let it rock.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing you did it too, because if you let Talon do that double back jump and she does the back turn move, it becomes an unblockable, and it becomes an unreactable unblockable as well. So, because you're supposed to react to the 2 jumps, that was your reaction point. Ooh, gonna get the whip punish on this. Yeah, not a huge damage, but you take what you can get, right? Was he stepping? No. Okay.
Yeah, spend it. Take whatever you need to put you in a position where literally anything works, but don't block with your face. That's always. Oh, wait a minute.
No,
Oh, okay,
that
let's
was an
slow down.
accident. There's no way he did that on purpose.
I don't know, man. Sometimes people are feeling themselves, or they think that people are gonna pet it, because that was. He went way deep in the bag for that one.
Oh, and now he's gonna be out of the ring, and what was looking like some close rounds for a moment there, left and right, turned into an 8-second I think it was 8 seconds, maybe it was less.
I'm just gonna make sure that the same 3 rounds that he got smoked with, he smoked Sly Tiger in retaliation with. Just make sure I can still count to 3. Wow. Okay.
Welcome to the stage of history.
Great adaptation. This is great everything. I'm convinced. Exceptionally strong round. He had Sly Tiger either messing up on execution or trying things that were so left field, it's almost like, what are you doing? And if I'm Yoshimitsu 6, I pile on that window of opportunity to where my opponent seems a bit more reserved mentally, or they're willing to make more mental mistakes, or losing discipline. All of these things can happen all at once as it falls down. And yeah, Sly Tiger, you got to get it together. I don't know what that second game was, but it was an absolute wash, and it looked worse than the wash you put forth in game 1. So back and forth, baby. We're here for the drama. 2 more sets to go on the night. This is game 3 of the lower bracket final between Yoshimitsu 6 and Sly Tiger 24. Yes, I'm going to put the number and the respect on his name as they play along this very dangerous wall.
Ooh, missed the wind cannon. Not going to get nearly as much damage this time. And yeah, didn't have the meter for the Brave Edge on that 4A, unfortunately. So couldn't break the wall for Yoshimitsu 6. And just kind of has to win on sheer fundamentals at this point, and got caught trying to do the 6A plus B. First round, Sly Tiger right there. And you know, I'm now that I'm thinking about it, we saw the back-to-back 3 round straight in the EU side. That happened earlier today, and we're getting a repeat. We're getting the IAS replay right now.
Oh no, not the IAS, not the one-hitter quitter, please. Don't make this the only time you make it to top 3, Yoshimitsu, all right? You're being cursed. He's gonna wake up and say, hey, I remember that song. I was like 7 when it came out, but no big deal. Here's an A to the throat, right? The one thing I can do is play Soulcalibur pretty well. At one-hitter quitter, I'd rather not be.
And I mean, that wall, still 1 hit left on it. At any point, certain things could change into a wall break, ring out. Just trying to play around it. You see how pensive Yoshimitsu 6 is because of it. The second he gets his back to the wall, he's got to be careful. Sly Tiger, however, trying to push as much as possible. Pressure going. Combo.
Yeah, he says his own name out loud, like it's insane. Like he runs up and goes, like, who are you, sir? What are we really doing out here?
See, you know what's crazy is, like, you can say that he's invoking the name of his ancestors instead, right? Like he's just yelling out the name of his ancestor because they're all Yoshimitsu, right?
It's late in my day. I'm gonna let that slide, right? It makes a bunch of logical sense, and putting the power of his ancestors into the sword, just imbuing that alongside the boost from the commentary booth. Ebonic giving that power up, and yeah, Yoshimitsu 6 is looking as strong as ever.
Ooh,
as he gets
double throw right there. Yeah, Sly Tiger's gonna love that, because that's one of those double throws that you can tech one of the either of, excuse me. Yep, negative. Yeah, I mean, Sly Tiger would love to take this round without having to use a bar, but it's looking like he's forced to at this point. Wants to push the advantage. He'll definitely get a bar back regardless.
Oh, and hello, the call out for the interruption with the hell sweep. Not just going for a poke to stop things, but trying to get a bit of a launch to keep it out. This is a very, very important flux point in the series. The winner of this is going to be sitting in such a massive advantage as they continue.
Oh no!
Didn't quite get the wall bounce they wanted on that break. However, this is still a massive lead, but we've seen just how quickly Soul Charge activations dissipate health bars if you get the perfect sequence.
Yeah, well, it's going to be able to get the hit here. Sly Tiger wants to take that lead, immediately change the tide. Ooh, yeah, was stuck flying. Nice block. The Soul Charge comes out. YoshimitsuVI on the back foot. The trade? Oh my goodness, that stopped any offensive momentum YoshimitsuVI could have got. And Sly Tiger going to run away with it 2-1. And just like you said, it's a flex point. There is an advantage here for Sly Tiger now because YoshimitsuVI has to win 2 straight.
Yeah, I don't. If we're gonna go back and forth and we're gonna trade rounds and just bang, 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 slug it out, that advantage always feels like it's a bit more than average for the person behind because you know that in all these high clutch situations where you're just trading rounds back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, it's more on you to deliver because you don't have room for error anymore. You don't have that cushion of an extra game to where it's like, oh, okay, I messed up. Well, I can analyze this and we go into this game 5. It's like you're already in right here, right now mode, and Sly Tiger has that with the insurance policy behind him. So I always find it exceptionally hard. Of course, it can be done, and this is why we play the game. But with such a young talent and Sly Tiger riding all this momentum, cooking through, I don't see him giving that up.
And I mean, Sly Tiger is one of the more studied Talon players out there. Obviously, Grandma's Got Game being whom I would say the most studied.
Yeah, for sure. Triple G.
Yeah, Triple G. Sly Tiger having some of the most study means that he has a lot of knowledge of certain situations as they come up and how he should probably approach them. And I mean, you can kind of see that here, right? Like, you can kind of see the fact that he's clearly picked apart a lot of the timings from YoshimitsuVI, and then he's willing to wait it out. And but
beautiful
duck.
But yeah, as you were saying,
I mean, that's kind of it, right? Like you just see that he has a knowledge of each situation that he runs into, or at least most of them. And it may not be the perfect response ever, but he does have a response, and that's better than nothing.
Yeah, I agree tenfold. Trying to play it super safe, actually just letting Talon get her mix-ups off and maybe searching for an exact thing that he wants to see before he approaches, right? You talk about the answers and scoop.
Yeah, try to get the mix-up on that one. You know, he had been going to Hell Sweep so often that I think he's starting to pull out the mid, expecting the other people to expect Hell Sweep.
And big knees to the face. Oh, why not, right? Just in case he got to the button, you know, I pressed it first. This should be enough to kill, and not quite. Wait a minute.
Oh, no.
Trouble.
Okay, yeah. If Sly Tiger did not pick the right option there, that could have been reverse Ring Out City.
Well, this is about to be in Tournament Life City. 2 rounds straight for Sly Tiger 24. Again, the pressure just mounting higher and higher against YoshimitsuVI, running out of time. Well, whatever left, you need to skip to the end of that journal, and like the forbidden answers that you never whip out, now's the time, because it is close to over. Desperation mode.
Well, there's the throw already. 3BB comes out, and immediate step into 6K. Oh, looks like try to jump. Okay, hold on. This is a chance.
Wait a minute. Yeah, flying over. Why not? Whip a whole string intentionally. Get near the edge. Play dangerous life. Get interrupted. Still alive, though. Everything it takes. As long as those pixels give you an opportunity.
And there it is. Run up to get the vertical. And Sly Tiger just picking the absolute right moment. The absolute right time. Finishing it off.
That was so anticlimactic, man. Just run up. But I wanted to see a bigger move, something lethal. I wanted to see armor break or ring out. I feel robbed. Anyway, not a fantastic caliber play throughout the day. Just that certain situation where I kind of needed it, right? You always want to see the drummer like, make the comeback, make the comeback, make the comeback. Sly Tiger having none of it. Instead, he said, yo, production, run the replay. Show him how I beat this man. And I earned a spot into the grand final, looking to become the most winningest player in all of 2021 in the North American side of the Open Series. This would be his 3rd title if he was to win. And for Xephukai, first finals appearance and a first title, look to continue the 100% win streak of tournaments he's entered.
Yeah, I mean, it's something where I feel like we take the highest win streak for like Sly Tiger and Mindwolf because they have like far more games, right? Like, and we can say, you know, he doesn't. I guess he technically doesn't have 100% anymore, right? Because he lost a couple of games at this point, unless it's set counts.
But I meant the no. I think it's individual games, but I mean, like the tournaments he's entered. He's entered 3, and he will have won 3 if Xephukai is able to take it home today.
Oh well, I mean, yeah, that's pretty clear. I mean, you're looking at the bracket right now. Well, this was a bit of a shakeup. Honestly, we had such a stacked bracket, and some people that we were not expecting to go down as quickly as possible ended up doing so. Mindwolf obviously being the big outlier and all of that, considering he was kind of the reigning champ. He was nominated for MVP of NA Open Series, and it's now Xephukai and Sly Tiger that are currently holding the reins of to the carriage.
Yeah, absolutely. With this performance, that's going to bring him at least a minimum of $300 here, Sly Tiger, which is going to pull him only within 200 of Mindwolf. Mindwolf's still the most winningest on the season, but Sly Tiger climbing here and there. 800 plus unique players over the course of 2021 in the North American Open Series for Soulcalibur 6. So you'd love to see it, man. Just make sure you head on over to compete.playstation.com to sign up so you too have an opportunity to win some of this cash. And chat, one final vote. Who do you have? Do you have the undefeated new terror with a stranglehold on the North American Open Series and EVO titles, Xephukai? Or do you believe in the home team, right? Sly Tiger 24 looking to become the single most winningest, trying to jump into that #1 spot for the totality of the year.
Yeah, I mean, I am mostly surprised, actually. I was about to say other words, and then I saw the percentage of 58%, and I am surprised, honestly, that it's only 58% in favor of Xephukai right now.
In favor? Do you feel like it should be more? Or less?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It sounds weird or whatever, but honestly, after we saw the first bracket matchup between the two, Xephukai seemed pretty in control.
Oh, yeah.
And, he did send Sly Tiger to losers, right? Like, to lower bracket. And so that's one big deal. And on top of that, he hasn't lost a set. He's lost a couple of games. But a set?
Literally,
and you have to take 2 off him
like
right
2.
now?
Like literally a couple of games, like as in 2. That's insane. Throughout everything here, but I actually think it might be set count. It might be set count. I think
because it was 10-0. Because it was 10-0 still. So I think the statistics.
No, it absolutely is set
case.
count because he did drop games in Evo. But either way, hasn't dropped a singular set throughout everything. So the perfect record's still intact. And the most impressive thing about this initial matchup between Xep and Sly Tiger is that as you've watched Sly Tiger finesse his way through the lower bracket, you saw a bevy of offensive maneuvers. You saw some interruptions, some beautiful CE usage, all of that. Against Xeph, it was none of that. My man was stiff as a board, and his guard button was stuck. And it was the only thing he could press the first time around. So we'll see what happens here.
Forgive me.
Ooh, yeah, tried to Twitch stuck on that one, but unfortunately stood back up into the grab. Not this time, though. It's going to be able to get full punish. Yeah, strong round, from Sly Tiger. He's got up against the ledge. And yeah, Xephukai right there was just looking for...
No.
Okay, everything's fine.
Yeah, I mean, Xeph knew in that sequence that Sly Tiger would have air control available to him, and just respecting his opponent, expecting him to avoid a situation that would end in an easy ring out, he went for the reset instead. I love that. Forward thinking. Layers.
Yeah, just up against the ledge too, and you see that he's making love to that guard button because he does not want to make an incorrect mistake up against the ledge. But now tables are turning. Up against the wall is Xephukai instead.
Ooh, nice interruption there. Counter hit. Yep, gets the full. Not gonna kill, but put him in that mode. This should be a round sealed for Sly Tiger if he can find the opening after the pushback. Yes.
Wow. Okay, so that was wild. I thought that was not about to get punished there for a second because Sly Tiger hit a jump in the middle of that sidestep, so I was like, oh no, it's gonna be too late. But still got it just in time.
Yeah, he was just styling on him right quick. That's all that is. It's the lower bracket momentum that he's been carrying through everybody. I mean, if we saw a reset here, I wouldn't be surprised. I just, man.
Oof, well, I mean, it's such a strong start for Sly Tiger right now. There's a lot of bar for Xephukai, and surprisingly, using none of it. That's rare. I feel like Xephukai is normally pretty okay with using some of that bar just to be able to get the opponent away.
It's 1 game down, 5 to go. All right, Sly Tiger. This is the same thing that happened early on, but he didn't win a game. That first round was all carnage, wasn't it? 3-0s across the board. It was pretty free for everybody involved. And Sly Tiger here just riding that momentum. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a reset here. He definitely has the skill, and he's very capable. And also, though, the games that Zeph has lost, they have always been the first game in the set, and then he turns up. He did that tonight. He did that during the Evo bracket, and I didn't see his weekly run, obviously, but I don't know. We might be dealing with another Kyiv situation here, where the first game is all he can give you before it gets out of hand.
Is it last round Kyiv, last round Xephukai, that sort of thing?
Yeah.
But beautiful steps so far from Sly Tiger, really making it so Xephukai is having a hard time picking, these vertical kicks. And that's why you're seeing so many of these A's now in the horizontal kicks. Yeah, the 1Ks, the 5As. Those are going to come out more and more as you see more steps from Sly Tiger. But a beautiful duck and a beautiful launch.
Over here.
Pushed up against the wall, tried to reverse ledge cancel, and Xephukai with the immediate interruption. The launch. Big damage. Oh, caught the Ukemi.
Stop it. Stop it. What are you talking about? These are championship level callouts. Oh, run up, run back. Stop it. Who are you right now, sir? Who are you right now?
Xephukai taking advantage of the fact that he wants to get away from the wall. That's one of the biggest things. One of the biggest mental things that a lot of people do is they see a wall, they want to get away from it.
Oh my God, and the double step, that move just taking him off axis, forcing the whip. I mean, Zeph did the right thing, but as far as the game engine is concerned, it really wasn't. Stab, guaranteed, not enough to kill, but watch those legs. Going low, the quick, safe stuff. Why not? No reason not to attempt it. And it worked out 2 rounds straight for Xephukai.
Ooh, and another big drop. Oh, and not the lethal hit punish that Sly Tiger got last time. Unfortunately, just doing the move a little bit too late. But, still having strong offensive pressure. Going to use that bar. Yeah, I mean, that bar's got to get used one way or another because you got to make this comeback. And
yeah, absolutely.
I understand.
Right.
Sly Tiger with a round.
Showing signs of life here in round 2, game 2, excuse me. Remember, Sly Tiger needs to win these initial 3 games just to reset it and have another shot at becoming champion, whereas Xephukai on the upper bracket side just needs to win these 3 in succession, and that's it. Pack it up.
If you're new to tournaments, we run on a double elimination format, which means everybody has 2 chances. Xephukai has yet to use his second chance. So Sly Tiger has to force it out of him and not going to be able to get the punish on that, unfortunately, but takes the plus frames on the break attack.
That's some privileged recovery right there. Looked like she was pretty, in line to get punished. All of the turns, just going to keep taking it. Zeus assist coming through and a swift kick to the face. Didn't even need Zeus. All right? We'll leave him at home. That's 1-1. And I'm telling you, we've seen it. You saw the upper bracket semis, upper bracket finals, and now in the grand finals, Xephukai drops the first game, and then it just gets out of hand.
The stage of history retold.
And I gotta commend Xephukai on that because I feel like he was specifically looking at Sly Tiger's meter because he went for Twin Angel step A+B, which has a small gap where you can resist impact. We saw it in Europe in Soulcalibur side, right? B-Boy Skyzo's Sophie, and you can resist impact in between the string. And Sly Tiger did not have the bar to even attempt it, so he felt like he could use that move with impunity because it was like, well, if you block it, it's not like you can do anything about it, so I'm cool with just taking my plus frames on the lightning bolt.
All right, well, game 3, a potential championship set here for Xephukai. Sly Tiger not going down without a fight. Empty jumps, gets the counter hit to set it off. No follow-up. I'm not sure if Talon couldn't get anything from that back turn positioning, or Sly Tiger was just not ready for it, but a beautiful bait going into that stance, the sidestep.
And then, wow, back turn even catching Xephukai right there. I was hard-pressed to find when Sly Tiger got back turned in the first place. Maybe the same as Xephukai. Maybe he wasn't aware, and that's how he got, kind of caught off guard by that. But, oh, full charge 1K. Yeah, gonna get the counter hit. Yeah, good from Xephukai to not keep pressing buttons once he already recognized that it whiffs. Sly Tiger fighting for his life up against the ledge. Gets a counter hit. That's important.
Rekas, talk to me. Gonna cut it short. Keep it safe. Not really worried about too much. Eyes open and got way too defensive. Has been blocking for the last 7 or 8 seconds. you're just giving Zeph all the opportunity to mix you up, and Slide Tiger, yeah, shop's open. We're breaking and entering, baby.
Okay, yeah, going for the jumping low on that one. Xephukai did try to throw, and yeah, okay, so Xephukai is now reincorporating the throw game. It has come back. It, you know, it was kind of missing from that last game. It was a way more regular offense, and because of that, it feels like Sly Tiger is just not ready for a lot of it.
Oh my God, big time whiff, just asking for death, and that's, you know, trying to embrace the ending of this event with moves like that. That was so out of range and so uncharacteristic of Sly Tiger. Starting to wonder if he's running out of gas here.
And it's getting harder and harder as the bracket goes on. Sly Tiger's used a lot of it versus some super strong opponents.
Well, as long as he doesn't like physically give up, I think we should be good. It can't get much lower than
twice?
what we saw earlier today. Yeah, that would be insane if it happened back to back. But instead, it's just more of the Sophie show. Another whiff opportunity. I think they got caught.
Yeah.
Back turn. Yes.
And that is 2 games now for Xephukai, only needing one more to take the entire tournament. And it's always been one thing where you can't really test Xephukai's whiff punish game, and well, there's one of the reasons why.
I mean, let's just keep it going, bro. They don't need to hear me say the same thing again. Y'all know what it is. First round, opponents, rest of the set, Zeph.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
This guy's a computer, man. He's downloading stuff with the greatest of ease. Like, it's not even like it's close, right? He's getting beat pretty bad in these first games. And then, for whatever reason, he just doesn't have a close round after. And just get ready to crown the man, all right? There's a new terror in town. His name is Xephukai. And everybody in the Open Series in the North American side is on high alert, all right? Pay attention. Do something about this. Please, do something about this.
Yeah, it definitely feels like Xephukai pretty much uses the first game as data, and that's good enough. Like, because yeah, you're right.
And that's good enough. Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's only one game, right? It's a 3 out of 5. That's plenty of time to look at data, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's just like you said, the first game is usually pretty hard for Xephukai, and then it's like a completely different person after that. Oof. Yeah, big launcher right there. Xephukai with the pressure laid back on thick. And yeah, gonna decide not to go for the second throw intentionally, just to get the pressure. Flash.
Yeah, just runs right into that DP getting launched. Snap doesn't even need the second piece of the throw when the first one is more than enough.
Protect the neck. Not
Imagine.
gonna work out right there.
You think Sophie would listen to Wu-Tang? Which Soulcalibur character you think would listen to Wu-Tang? Definitely Yoshimitsu, like, for sure. Like, no
Yeah,
question.
you're right. No, you're 100%.
Definitely Yoshi, but like, I wonder who else. A discussion for another day, all right?
Yeah, I have to think about it.
Is looking to close the door on Sly Tiger's run and deny him his 3rd trophy of 2021.
Ooh, another big launch right there, and Xephukai. Yeah, this is one of the things that I have commentated many a match for Xephukai before. He like recognizes that you can't keep up, and so he then just full throttles on the gas, right? It gets way more overwhelming than it was before, which is something you probably didn't think originally could happen because you were like, well, I was already overwhelmed.
We're closing in on tournament point here, 1 round away. Back to the wall, Sly Tiger down, but not out. Opens with the lethal hit. Gonna get some solid damage for the first time in a long time. One more touch, called out. GI back to back, the 3rd time at the charm. And Zeph wants to win. He wants to win this now. Gets the wall bounce. There is so much going on right now in terms of offense. And before the launch can come out, a swift kick to the face. Lives to fight another day.
And Xephukai got actually access to the lethal hit, which is going to get used here. So that lethal hit condition is specifically, you have to re-GI, I think, twice in succession just to get the lethal hit. It's something to do with re-GIing over and over again. And he used it pretty much immediately. Yeah, knockdown right there. There's a lot of soul charge meter. It's going to have to get used to Sly Tiger's got to make something happen. No punish on the with GI. Okay, there it is this time, though.
Second time's a charm, but unfortunately it's too much of an uphill battle, and this is it. Zeus coming down with the exclamation point of lightning on the tournament life of Sly Tiger, and Xephukai is your champion for the month of July. Weekly dub. Monthly finals dub. Evo side tournament, dub. This is his domain. Do something about it. I got nothing else to add.
Yeah, no, Xephukai coming in here. You know, he had not entered pretty much any Open Series event for most of the time, and then finally, you know, he shows up and he's doing what? Well, I mean, I'm going to be quite honest with you, just what we know him for. All right, he's one of the most winningest online tournament players to date, I want to say, for the game. He enters everything. If there is a challenge to be met, Xephukai does not shy away from it, if you will, right?
That is actual facts. He will play anybody and everybody. Somebody who also, you know, just as a testament to his character and like actually playing people and giving games, I'll see him in the chat like after a tournament, like, yo, if you're trying to play, you know, come and meet me on my channel. You know, he'll play anybody of any skill level, and all you need to do is be a bit open and receiving of like criticism and content, and they can definitely help you take your game to the next level, man. That's one thing that's very good about Soulcalibur's top player scene, is that I have never seen them be unwilling to give games to people at any skill level. It's insane, actually. It really is.
Yeah, and I mean, I honestly think that drive to not skip out on a single challenge is, you know, what puts him above the rest. Is he's run into every situation possible at this point because he's willing to play anybody, because he is willing to lab out any possible situation. And that just makes it so you have a knowledge base that is just, well, I mean, you know, look at the bracket right there.
Yeah, I mean, they got the memo. You know what I'm saying? This is, for every set, he's won 3 games. He only lost 3 games in the totality of the event. So you already know what time it is. Phenomenal performance by Sly Tiger, losing in the first round of the upper bracket and able to run it all the way through 3-0, 3-1, 3-0, 3-1 before he faces double jeopardy of Xephukai. But that's going to take him home with $300, and it's just a step closer to being the most winningest person of the year.
Yeah, and I mean, there's more action to come. Just because Soulcalibur is going to be done for the day does not mean that the PlayStation tournaments is over. We have Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate Monthly Finals on August 24th. You know, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War on the 25th. Soulcalibur 6 does make its return on September 1st, and then Tekken 7 on September 2nd. There is always something here for the Open Series for everybody. It's not just the fighting games. You saw Call of Duty, that exists, right? There's even more going on, and you guys can learn about that, or you can jump into these brackets yourself by going to compete.playstation.com. If any of those games interest you, if Soulcalibur is just something that you learned about just now and you're just like, well, this is sick, you know, I'm buying a copy
because it is.
I want to try. Yes, exactly, right? Then compete.playstation.com. It is, again, your one-stop shop for PlayStation tournaments.
Yeah, I don't have too much to add, man. I always want to thank everybody for their time. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you tell somebody that you love them today. You never know when you'll have the last opportunity to do that. Production, the players, viewers, everybody who allows us to, you know, talk about video games on a platform that can reach the world. Thank you. I'm KP. That's Ebonic Plague. We will see y'all next month, man. Y'all have a good night.
PlayStation